amigos on the beat will be rolling shit. Amigos on the beat will be.
can't kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence. You think I give a fuck, that's what they tell me. All the fucks I ever gave.
Yo, chat. What is up? Why is it playing again? Rick and Morty. Yo, guys, big news. Big news. Okay. Big news on the pre-stream today. You guys are gonna be like, what the fuck? Big news. Ned and Phil confirmed they've been in a relationship for almost 16 years. Who would have guessed it? I don't want to be that guy. Forgive me for being a little bit based this evening, but like honestly, did they even need a? At this point, do you even need to come out of the closet? I feel like by now we've just like we already knew, like it was one of those unspoken like, you know, yeah, we know. Is this real? Hold on, I need to check. It is. It's actually. It's real. For those of you old heads, you're like, what? They finally admitted it? Speaking of yaoi, is it still yaoi if they're actually gay men? Or does it not? Is it just a gay relationship then? Like, who are these people? These are YouTubers from like the first generation of famous YouTubers. They were like from the vlog era of YouTube. Back when that, you guys remember Tyler Oakley? You know, you remember Jenna Marbles, okay? Right? We know who Jenna Marbles is. Still yaoi, technically. To be honest, I know it was really obvious, and I always thought it was a wishful Fujoshi thinking. I'm sorry. Why were we questioning the Fujoshis in this position, okay? We knew exactly. We knew. You're familiar with them? Yeah, I mean, I've been on YouTube for fucking ever. I remember the good old days, the way things used to be, you know, like that song says, okay? But yeah, you definitely, these guys were from that era of YouTube, like way back when, right? So, and no, I don't have water. I'm drinking an energy drink. I'll get water later. The fuck is a Fujoshi? Some of you are straight men and it shows, dude. I've just learned to talk the talk of the Fujoshis. Anyway, What's happening, chat? Are we doing good? I got a little bit of a stuffy nose. I think I'm fighting something. We're gonna power through it. Everyone knew this. They called each other soulmates. You know, soulmates in a platonic sense. You know, I wasn't gonna talk about the recent KP copyright strike stuff. I mean, ultimately the KP blah, 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 blah. I turned into Dracula is what I did. Yeah, basically, like the only shit with the KP copyright stuff is, you know, for a media analysis channel, she sure is not understanding what the Streisand effect is. I feel like if I went through the entire transcript of KP's channel, I could find her mentioning the Streisand effect. I might do that. There is a tool to look up through the entire... Let's do that now. Let's do that now. Hold on. Look through entire YouTube channel transcript. There we go. What the fuck is it? Is it you transcripts? Let's try that. No, this doesn't look like it's it, but I'm gonna try it out. Let's try it out. Also, I see you in court, Rachel. Both of you to assume she'll go that far. Kim Possible a lot. Okay, so one. I like Kim Possible a lot. Come on, why nothing comes up? What a terrible YouTube name. I like Kim Possible a lot. There we go. Wait, what happened with Dan and Phil? They're yaoi, dude. They're yaoi. Fuck. What is the name of the tool? I don't remember. Filmot. Found it. Here we go. Boom. Search automatic subtitles. Oh, fuck, I don't know how to spell Streisand. I'm stupid maxing Streisand effect. Hold on. We're gonna put it into the search and then search automatic subtitles. They're Yahweh. And then it doesn't come up. Oh, it's I love Kim Possible a lot. Let me do that. We're going. There we go. Search. Surprisingly, the automatic subtitles did not reveal anything with the Streisand effect. We'll try Streisand, and then we'll search automatic subtitles on that. No. From 2005 to now, dude, nothing. I'm actually surprised. Maybe she doesn't know what it is. I googled Fujoshi, and you're all gay. Gay. None of you are without gay. But who is really? Well, you know, I mean, it's a spectrum, isn't it? You know? Look up good idea. Look up good idea. Good idea. Well, she's had a lot of good ideas, Greg. I see what you were doing there. You were hoping that she would have no good ideas. Well, technically, it's good that comes up. Let's put it in let's go boom and then hit the proximity on good idea. So the words need to come after each other when you put it like that. Yeah. KP's Q&A, MLP fandom questions, drunk edition. We might circle around to that, okay? We might watch this. All right. I'm kind of curious what she had to say about the MLP fandom in 2014. when we're done with Jar, because why does my YouTube look different? Did they change the thing again? What the fuck is this? Dude, they done put Netflix in my YouTube, dude. I hate this. Well, they designed it for me to have like a touchscreen thing here, okay? Like what is this? I thought they were straight until Dan came out. I was in deep denial. Wait, so Dan came out separate from Phil? Oh, like what was it? What? But we'll circle back around to that. I said I'd talk about and we will talk about KP because I've come to the conclusion that I've decided to just be audience captured by the ACC glup shitto garbage. Oh, other thing. So I was looking for photos of Jar. Not like photos of him, but photos of his OC, right? And so this character you see right here on the screen is a game developer. And this game developer created the Friday Night Funkin' mod of Just a Robot. Okay, and I went to go download the Just a Robot Friday Night Funkin' mod where they replaced boyfriend with Just a Robot. No, they replaced Just a Robot. Just a Robot replaces, I think, Daddy Dearest in and it's this person. And I wanted to go play it, okay, but I couldn't because I went to go check the Game Banana page and it says this mod has been trashed by the owner. As of recent times, I no longer support Just a Robot, as he has defended a groomer and has allegedly done predatory things to himself. And I went looking for an archive of this game on the Wayback Machine, okay? And they didn't have it on the archive of the Wayback Machine, which means there is a mod of Just a Robot for Friday Night Funkin' out there somewhere, and it's lost media. It's the Friday Night Funkin' Just a Robot mod is lost media. I am not joking. It is lost media. And yes, I skimmed the creators like a YouTube channel for like an iota of a second. Saw them doing defense videos for Rev Says Desu, and it says anti-SJW commentary channel at the top. And I went, idiot. And then I went on with my life. But yes, apparently they have lore. I'm guessing they're an ACC character as well, because of course everybody in this fucking story is. But I do think it is really fucking funny that the Just a Robot Friday Night Funkin' mod is lost media. Okay? So yes, hilarious comedy there. And also the person who makes these videos is either like, I don't know, 19 or 40, okay? And there is no in between on whoever the fuck that Carmen Rider person is, okay? To be clear, I do not know who the fuck that is, but some of you ACC heads clearly know who the fuck that is. I, fortunately, I guess, am employed. So I don't have the time to know about every single fucking side story in the great Greek Odyssey epic that is the ACC. They're another lolly defender who Jar worked with. Interesting that. But yes. But it is lost media, and I desperately wanted to play that on stream today because I would. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if I played the Just a Robot Friday Night Funkin' mod? Wait, the person who made the mod and defended Jar is Carmen Rider. I'm not talking about this person specifically today. I just thought it was a funny little aside that they happen to be one of the person who made a Friday Night Funkin' mod, okay? But yes, I thought it was funny. They have 3 mods up, only 2 of them: Virgo over GF, Bomberman, and Friday Night Funkin'. Who's DMing me? Oh, okay. There's no fucking way that you found it that quickly. I cannot, dude. How did you get this? Hold on, guys. Oh, no fucking way. No fucking way. Okay, so I need to have a, I don't have an install. Put the assets folder in your Friday Night Funkin' directory. Replace the files accordingly. Okay, I need to download Friday Night Funkin'. It was KJ, wasn't it? I will not say who provided it. But I thought that was really quick with the turnaround. Hold on, let me just, you know what, fuck it. Let me download Friday Night Funkin' right now. Friday Night Funkin'. I don't even know how you got that so quickly. There should be, somebody should make a mod where where it's fucking Jar versus where's Jard versus City? No, or Akumo, right? Can we get an entire version of Friday Night Funkin' but replace it all with these Blump
Someone
shittos?
saying Darren Old Newgrounds creator is as big a red flag as someone saying they used to work at Blizzard.
Well, nah, because this person didn't. Friday Night Funkin's kind of like new school shit, dude. It's like new school shit. No thanks, just take me to the downloads. Windows. I'm downloading Friday Night Funkin' right now, dude. I'm literally Friday Night Funkin' maxing on stream. You guys are gonna see me bomb on this too. All right. Who gets to be the model swaps in the Friday Night Funkin' mod? Just a robot is boyfriend, okay? Oh, I should say who's worse, Pirate or Jar? What are we power scaling the different annoying internet people? Fuck, what was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, the different touch here to play. Hold on, I just need to see what's in Friday Night Funkin'. It's been a minute. Oh my god, this is so loud. This is the browser version I'm on. Damn. Oh, okay. So there's the dad character, right? There's the Serpello characters. So who does Serpello characters getting replaced with? The Serpello characters can be. It's hard to say who's who. I can't decide. There's a lot of really good choices here. Do we pair up Beckett and Chris and make Beckett and Chris the spooky night guys? The lemon monster? Is this not copyright claimable? No, it's not. It's not. I'd be fine because it's a game OST. I'll be fine. Man, who does Pico get replaced with? That's the real question. That's a really tough one to... Is Dreadlock the GF or is that Cinny? Honestly, it could be either or, dude. It could be either or. No, Beckett and Falgi. That's so much better. Oh, wait, no. Yes. Okay, so that's Beckett and Falgi. They're the spooky night. And then Chris is Pico. Chris is 100% Pico. All right? And then, oh my god, Diaper Doodles. Who's the mom, though, dude? Who's the mom? Who's the mom get replaced with? That's a really hard one to choose, too. Fuck. There's a lot of good ones. Guys, maybe Jar is allowed to have more than one boyfriend, okay? Maybe he's polyamorous. Why are we doing a tag yourself? I haven't tagged myself. I've tagged other people, just not myself. You know, so we're just I'm doing a bit. Me, I don't want to be. Why do I have to be the hot mom? Why am I gonna be the mom in this equation? Like, why? What the fuck? Hold on, new folder, F and F. I'm making this happen right now. I desperately I know the bit's gonna last like 5 seconds, but I really just want to do it. GF is Vincent. That's true, because that's who we're actually going to be talking about today. What do you mean you don't want to be the hot mom? Okay, I don't. To be clear, I'm a hot fatherly figure. Okay, I know who you people are. I know what you like. This is so stupid. Oh yeah, I think Cloudy could be the mom for sure. Cloudy could be the mom for sure. Now we're definitely doing a tag yourself. All right, I've got it. I've set up the F and F folder. Now I just need to do the model swap and then I'm good. So I just gotta throw this into, use this and then replace the assets folder. Boom. Replace the files in this destination. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I've got to make this work. I've got to like do a bunch of shit. I'm like making a bunch of extra work for myself on this stream for no fucking reason. All right, it's loading right now. So FNAF, I keep wanting to say Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you guys see? Okay, so I saw this tweet on twitter.com, aka X to Everything app, and it was what I can only describe as like Matt Pat walking into Baldy's home, and then they just like lovingly embraced each other. Like all right. Wow, this game is really loud. I'm going deaf. Is there like no way to turn down the volume on Friday Night Funkin'? I'm like actually going deaf here. I'm like yelling to try and compensate for it. I need to lower the volume on my desktop. And then there we go. And now I'll switch it over. I should be able to now. Boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Did you see the tweet about Jax Films and the fajitas? What was that about? Did Jax Films actually get shit for that? Does anybody actually care? Like, what's the over-under on that? Better yet, we'll circle around to that. There you go. All right. So, no audio on your end. You should definitely be getting audio now because I've just set it up so that way you get it. Every time I tab out, though, it turns off the audio, which is true, and that does happen. Yeah, you guys should be good now. We'll see. This is what I've always wanted. Okay. I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm gonna bomb like real hard. Which one should I do? Should I have him against the mom? I feel like he'd be for that. I forgot how difficult this is gonna be. Bro, that's loud though. I've lowered it quite a bit. But I'll lower it more. I haven't played it in years, neither have I. So, I'm... Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who is this guy. Last time I played this guy wasn't in the game. I feel like I have too much choice now. Like, I'm actually, like... You can lower the difficulty? Yeah, trust me. I'm gonna be playing on easy. There we go. We'll do the mom. We'll do the mom. Why did you guys lead with the Yaoi boyfriend? Now I'm locked in with the jar stuff. Why is it in jar? I set this up correctly. This is in jar. Hold on. This tab to change characters. What is this? What is happening?
One hand and dribble the skin. Soft hook left hand, I can make your neck spin. 36 years chain to...
That's annoying. Why is this not jar? I've definitely set this up correctly. Dude, when you go modding, I mean it's jar, you can only battle the women. Hold on. Let me redo that. Maybe I fucked up something. I'll re-put this in, replace the mod assets. And then, what does it even change? Let me double check the folder. It goes into... Wait a second. Okay, I know what it replaces him with. Okay, I know what I did wrong now, chat. It's okay, it's okay. Keto's back on the menu. Keto's back on the menu. We got peak coming in real quick, okay? All right? I fixed it. I fixed it, did. I have to play against the dad. He made Jar the dad. I could probably bang it out on normal. I could definitely bang it out on normal.
3, 2, 1.
Put on the mod. Why is it not? I definitely changed it. Okay. This mod doesn't work. And I know it's like actually in there because I checked. And it replaces the Daddy Dearest character. And I went and I checked. What the fuck is in this folder, dude? Dude, you can tell Friday Night Funkin' options, then mods.
Getting freaky on a Friday night yet.
It's just outdated. It might be because the mod is for 1.1. Well, then that would explain it. Then that would explain it. So that's why we're being content cucked right now, is that it's held within that specific area, right? I think I should be able to pull this up on here we go. Here's the sprite sheet for just a robot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's because it's for an earlier version of Friday Night Funkin', dude. We could easily pull up a 1.1 version, but I'm not going to go through that effort. I've already stalled quite enough. But here we go. Here's what we're missing out on. Good enough. You guys can picture it in your head, okay? You can picture it in your head. This is like when you preserve an always online game, but only parts of it, dude. This is that. Oh, man. Anyway, enough about the Rev says Desu Defender. Before I get to Vincent, the last thing I want to mention is that 2 days ago, Jar mentioned he was moving to a new channel. Okay. Well, that's another thing to add to the list of stupid shit Carmen's done. There's no way that people didn't know about that mod, dude. But that's actually crazy.
Yes, you read the title and thumbnail correctly. Here's the new channel. No, I'm not rebranding. No, I'm not getting rid of this old channel. I'm still gonna be uploading on it. On the new channel, I will be strictly uploading full reviews of movies and TV shows. At first, it will just be re-uploads of a lot of my old content from this channel. But don't worry, there's gonna be some original content like my full review of The Acolyte and my full review of Velma Season 2. Now, a lot of people...
Okay, I have a complaint with all of these guys. KP included. I feel like all of these people, all they do, they're like the character. They only review like stuff that is meant for like babies. I mean, I say that. I know Velma's and The Acolyte are meant for adults, but it's like people who are perpetually stuck in like this mental headspace of like the 80s were so amazing. I miss when things were like my childhood. I only watch things that remind me of how things used to be. It's like all they do is watch that stuff and they get like performatively mad that it's like ass. Like, yeah, nobody's saying that Velma was good. Quite frankly, I didn't watch The Acolyte. All I did was hear people complain about it, okay? But it's just like their media literacy and their expansion of like what they watch is like very narrow, right? Like K-pop Demon Hunters is for smart adults. I will say this. Where is the single one of these people who talked about K-pop Demon Hunters? Because I haven't seen a single one of them talk about it. Okay. If we want to talk about like good animated content aimed at a younger audience, K-pop Demon Hunters like slapped. But like none of them fucking talked about it. All they do is complain about the fucking stuff that's a rebranding of the 80s like nostalgia bait garbage, okay? Why the hell are you streaming so early? How dare you? Well, honestly, I had nothing else better to do, so that's actually the only answer. I was just bored. So, plus it's woke, so they can grift with it too. All right. Anyway, 2 things. I'm not going to get through it. Vincent has like a 3-hour stream and I have like 2 brain cells, so I'm definitely not going to pay that much of attention. 2, isn't one of these people like some glup shitto that like I have a feeling they may or may not be also a viewer, but like somebody like hopped in there to like debate rape him or something. Oh, here's another thing. I wish Vincent would stop being Mr. Radical Centrist Andy, because he's just a massive F-slur about it all, okay? Just like stand 10 toes down on being like the anti-woke grifter that you want to be, okay? Anyway, beyond Beckett, I don't know what's happening. I guess this channel's cursed because the banner is like fucked up and acting all weird. Actually, Vincent Martin is an exact example of one of those guys I just talked about complaining about The Acolyte. For those of you that don't know, Vincent Martin got a little bit of like clout capital for defending Jar and taking the most egregiously bad position on the entire thing. He is quite honestly, in my opinion, the only reason I'm doing this is because you people gave me money. Vincent, if he is like genuine, is just like a fucking dysfunctional loser idiot who doesn't interact in society in any way. Or Vincent is just doing it to like clip chimp and clip farm. And so my position with stuff like that is like, yeah, the first time it's fun, it's a little funny, but like, even though I don't have a lot of clout to give, I don't want to give some loser freak who's clearly just doing this to clip farm any like residual clout capital, because quite honestly, my nuts are encased in gold. I don't want him to have wrapped his mouth around it, you know? But yeah, anyway, he has like a video on Beckett or whatever the fuck, and I guess this is like the video in question that led to a live stream where he blew up, as Pi said. So I don't necessarily know what happened, but you know, I guess this guy's entire culture war grift is that he's like embedded inside whatever husk remains of whatever commentary once was before it was completely usurped by just political debate rape. Hold on, let me close some of these tabs because, like, I think I'm getting my computer's like chugging, dude. It's crazy how Dad and Phil exploded into gay. Bing, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong. Something, something, golden shower. Yeah, I don't want to be giving him a golden shower with my clout, you know? Why is he... Oh, no, 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 copywritten music! Dude, why is everything lagging? What did I do? My PC is gonna die. Dude, they stopped the updates for Windows 10 and everything goes downhill. Many such cases. I gotta update to Windows 11 now.
After Beckett dropped his Destiny video and received a ton of criticism for it.
You guys have a draft from her. It seems like she's going to come out in some way because she has a fucking written
If I get DMs and there is a third person removed, I'm publishing them. I don't care. There, that's my position.
It just seems it blows.
It's not an ode on Beckett. All you're doing is repeating talking points from other streamers because you actually have no opinion to give on the situation.
Mind, man. Like, you've been somebody where I've been told over and over again, nah, dude, Cope and
By the
C-
way, I should tell you how long this like beef between him and Willie lasted. Like a half hour, okay? They were in VC together chatting up like nothing fucking happened, okay?
is great. He does great videos, takes a lot of care with them. And it's like, to me, I look at this and I'm like, I cannot it just seems like such a selfish story.
The guy went back to the topic that brought him the most amount of success with
Lol, peek
Just
the
a
mic.
Robot War.
Listen, if I got messages from another person who got messages from another person that Vincent Martin showed his penis in a Discord chat, I would put those on my stream. All right, I would put those on my stream. I don't care. I've actually been very nice. I finally know that Mrs. Just the Robot is real. That Just the Robot's girlfriend is real. And I know where she is. And I've seen her stuff. Okay? I've seen her stuff. She is out there. If I wanted to be the worst human being possible, I could. And quite honestly, I'm like one jar take away from being like, do you guys want to see his weirdly prepubescent woman? And then doing that. I know it's fucked up and mean, and she definitely doesn't deserve it, but I also know that she's running around talking on Discords, defending her mans, and doing a bunch of other dumb bullshit, okay? So I've been really nice about it, but I could, and there's really, like, no reason not to, but, you know, that's me.
With Mally Malware.
She's real. She's real. She's real. Yes, she's 100% real. I didn't believe it. But she's real.
To give some context for all of this, because it occurred back in 2023, and let's be honest, I can barely remember what happened last week. On June 16th of 2023, just before VidCon, Just a Robot released the thumbnail for his upcoming Spoctor video. A few people, one of which was Mally, thought this thumbnail may cross a bit
Also, for some reason, Jar and there's like a few other guys. Diesel, never forget Zaid. Listen, this is like a series of men that Jar has like a devil may care toxic yaoi relationship with, okay? If anything, the guy is gayer than me, and I talk about sucking dick way more.
and she voiced these concerns on Twitter. Jar would begin demanding some kind of call to discuss this, and as VidCon was coming up...
Yeah, they only look that way, yes. Yeah, she is an adult. She is an adult. She just looks like... She looks like... how would I describe it? She definitely looks exactly what you think a woman that is interested in Jar would look like. I feel like she's like she looks like the kind of person who would like have an overwhelming amount of like stuffed animals in her possession, but like they're not kept really clean like a BPD Kuromi girly. They're more like they're like they're like overly dirty and like the bugs roll over them type of thing, right? She looks like that.
Suggested in a series of messages, actually
Yeah. Femcell, yes.
Pretty uncomfortable with, especially with the way Jar was phrasing it.
Look at how Beckett is framing this. Honestly, how would just a robot who's openly autistic be able to know what Mally was feeling?
Listen, okay, look, I understand that you're autistic, Vincent, okay? But I'm sorry. Your Honor, in my defense, my client is way, way too autistic to have willingly known that what he was saying was creepy. This is actually like the giga. Okay, so two things, right? Starting with the Destiny video is hilarious and comedic because it has nothing to do with the situation at hand. So it is you just trying to like get a leg up on the conversation, and then your entire argument against Beckett right here is that, well, Jar is autistic, so he wasn't gonna know that Mally was uncomfortable. You've done this before, and again, it is not an excuse, okay? It's just not an excuse. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if you're fucking autistic or not. We still live in a neurotypical world where you need to abide by social norms. If you're autistic, you need to work on ways that you can develop and check these things so you don't do something stupid, right? Obviously, I understand that that's not like, oh, you know, we're not being accommodating to people, but like, dude, that's not the answer. The answer isn't we have to meet everybody at their level. In this case, Jar doesn't have to meet other people at their level, okay? We don't need to stoop to him. He needs to jump up to us. He functions within society, all right? He has even said himself that his inability to understand social cues is deterring him from getting jobs, okay? He needs to figure it out. He's an adult. Grown people need to figure that stuff out, okay? It's why we go to psychologists. It's why we go to therapists. It's why we work out all the kinks that we have mentally, all right? It isn't that our kinks are justified to have, okay? You need to be taking that somewhere so that way you can work on it.
At that moment, from my experience, it's usually best to just be straightforward with autistic people. So how can someone who's been in a community full of them not get that? Especially
Somebody. This is really the argument you're gonna go with. This is really the argument we're going with. Your Honor, my client, he's fucking retarded. Okay.
since she had even told him,
"Oh, cool. Might see you there then."
Before the whole Harley drama started. Now, to be fair to Beckett, he might have not known about these DMs at the time, because I'm sure he would have found a way to work it in with his own loaded phrasing.
Hey, could I do commentary therapy with you sometime? I'm doing YouTube full time now, and I want to get a boost where I can get it. Yeah, I can add you to the list, although I'm not sure my little platform would boost you much. Every little bit helps. I think I need it. I'm really pushing it at my work. So these messages are prior to VidCon. Yeah, she's like, oh, might see you there. Yeah, she's trying to like. This is before the messages where she's like, I don't want to hang out, right? But even then, it's like, you know when you're talking to somebody and they're like really trying to move the conversation along, right? It's like one of those things that you understand in social cues if you're like neurotypical, but I could understand if somebody who's not neurotypical wouldn't be able to understand those things, right? Because like I'll drop hints to people in conversation, like I kind of want to move this thing along. But sometimes they don't get it. And so, and even at my position now with what I do in my day-to-day life now, I'll just be very forward and be like, I need to close. I need to go. This is done. Nah, maybe is often a no. Yeah, maybe is usually just a polite no. Which, by the way, let's just normalize the saying no.
Make him look like a real weirdo. What kind? I don't even fucking know from this.
Vincent, I would like to read your DMs.
It's on the topic until August, when a creator named Linlin released a video on Just a Robot, and he subsequently began to spiral and lose his mind. In particular, Jar was pretty unhappy that Mally Malware lent her voice to reading her own tweets in Linlin's video. I'm going to include an extended bit of this video here, because, frankly, the way he goes at Harley is, I don't know, just kind of revealing.
My brother in Christ, what the f is that thumbnail? I'm as sore about Spoctor as the next person, but referencing a grown adult meeting up with a child for sex is not the move. Please, I beg, change that text. It's not right to imply such a thing, even unintentionally.
Only for Jar to reply thusly. Well, I don't call him a P word or a G word at any point in the video. I mean, I put a...
You... Oh my god. So, like, if I dressed up Jar as Hitler and I went, listen, I'm not calling the guy Hitler, I'm just saying, actually, that's what I've done with the blackface thing. But, like, everybody runs with it now, and it is actually true, so, you know, whatever. Potato, potato.
Cupcake next to me when I went over my allegations. Would you like to have a friendly VC about it? Jar, no one said that you called Spoctor a predator or a groomer in your video. I mean, how could they? Your video wasn't even up yet. The most that this argument does is distract from what
The clips are long here, by the way. Why does Linlin... Is that Linlin talking? Is it... Because it just kind of sounds like... Why are they, like, pitch shifted upward? Are they, like, But I don't know who Linlin is either, because, again, I don't know who the fuck these people are.
What she was even arguing by bringing up something that, even if she did have a way to know, wasn't even the topic of conversation. It's at this point that Harley TBS joins the battle.
Hello, little gay people in my phone.
The difference is that your video on your allegations was addressing false allegations, satirizing them in the thumbnail. And at the end of the day, what you do with your brand/rep is your own choice and will only affect you. However, when making a
The voice change voice is Linlin. Why? That's annoying.
on Spoctor, it makes the implication
Trans woman doing the hyperpop filter.
that the allegations against him are much worse and draws a poor equivalency between him and EDP, which could be considered damaging. It's not a good choice to do this thumbnail as such, in my opinion.
Pretty reasonable and good faith critique on Harley's end there, I would say, and yet Jar's response would be this. I mean, if there's one person who knows about thumbnails backfiring, it's you. You're still getting hate over the one you did when you were, I think, 14, maybe 15. This one.
I don't know why you're trying to get a clapback on genuine criticism. This is so immature.
That's not what I was going for. I've never even tried that on you once, to be honest. Whoa there, cowboy. Seems like we've taken a bit of a leap there.
This would lead to a series of
100 gex YouTuber, bro.
Messages and demands once again for a VC.
Whoa, putting the phrasing issues aside for a moment, Beckett skipped over some important context that I think is key to understanding at least a good amount of this situation here, specifically the Isidid incident, or what calls
the Isidid incident. This is why I'm like, do we even need to take this guy seriously? Look, I know I flub words too, but he literally sounds like he's running on a little bit of an extra chromosomal function here, okay? Like, everybody was like, Diesel, when are you gonna cover this? When are you gonna cover this? It would be great if you covered this. And it's just like, what am I doing? Like, I don't take this guy seriously at all. I don't take it seriously at all. Because everything he's always done has just been him nickel and diming and, like, recontextualizing things in a way to try and make Just a Robot sound as innocent as possible, okay? When pretty much everything he's gone about has been pretty easy to suss out, okay? Just a Robot is not playing 4D chess, okay?
it all. I tried to check Linlin's channel to see if I could watch further, but couldn't find it on their channel anymore. So I did a little bit of digging and a little bit of work, and I think I figured out why this video might have bothered.
Dude, this guy would be having
I mean,
such a better time in his life if he was train spotting, okay? Like, I just don't know what to tell. It's just free content. I agree it's free content, but like, you know, I don't know, man. I could talk about the fucking Jax Films sizzling fajita tweet, you know?
If there's one person who knows about thumbnails backfiring, it's you. You're still getting hate over the one you
Yeah,
did when
so
you were,
Jar is just like, Jar, instead of like taking criticism, is like being like, well, you can't criticize me because you also live in a glass house. It's like, oh, you speak from experience. You have made a mistake in your life. I don't think people who make mistakes are allowed to criticize others. It's like, it's like grade school mentality. It's like, if you want to criticize me, why have you made the same mistake I have? Also, insane title and thumbnail, by the way.
Way you're trying to get a cheap clackback on genuine criticism. This is so immature.
That's not what I was going for. I've never even tried that on you once, TBH.
No, you were definitely okay. That entire conversation with Jar was him trying to clap back because he didn't like the criticism he was receiving. So he was trying to disparage Harley. That's it. Like, it's honestly, not even what he was
going for. That is definitely how this reads. I'm not gonna make it a bigger thing, but tweeting this is just very silly.
I mean, Linlin agrees with me. It reads to me as, yep, you of all people know about the damage a thumbnail can bring, so I'll look over your advice. You know that I defended you from people behind the scenes about this video of yours, right? Along with publicly when it came
AI
to
voice. Well, of course Vincent uses AI because he's part of the fucking the dark deep state that's looking to overthrow human creativity with slop garbage. Jesus. Sorry. AI makes me very mad. Also, just the robot's like, you gotta understand, you know, I defended you in private. You know, I'm expecting a little bit of respect here.
ML.
Then I would argue you're wording your tweet poorly. If that's all it is.
You know what? Here's Harley's big L in this, is that he treated Jar like a person instead of telling him to go kick rocks and then take a long walk off a short pier. Because that was just an insult. There's no room for any kind of recourse after Jar said something like that. Fuck you, die.
Then no biggie.
Hard to say. I am dyslexic, but I
hard to say.
To you over text through DMs
hard to say. I'm dyslexic. Hey, you know, dyslexia, the inability for me to understand the social cues associated with what somebody's saying are kind of the same thing, right? Yeah. Sure.
Sure, everyone does it from time to time, but you do it a little too much. Linlin understood what I meant.
I do think we need to reapproach that subject because both myself and the other party you spoke to had exactly the same conclusion.
Yeah, I was being a very good person. You know, I was being a very good person to you, you know, and that's, you just threw it in my face, Hardy. You know, I'm a good guy. Everybody says just a robot, great guy. And it's not very good what you're doing. You know, I don't like it. Literally, like, my original experience with something like that is like a Keemstar ass motherfucker, but it's nice to know that it's a commonality.
Based on what you DM'd us, and it was definitely not what you tried to explain it as. I think maybe you didn't communicate what you meant properly.
Met us? Who's us? If you're referring to the DMs on Discord, I showed it to a few people. They agreed with me. I offered to VC with you having Peaches as the middleman, but you turned it down. Also, it's little fishy that you are ignoring what Linlin said all this time.
What does anything Linlin said have to do with this conversation? Question.
Dude, Vincent, is he paying you to do this? Because I think that you spin on it, dude, when you sit on it. Okay, it's actually kind of crazy. It must be. I wish somebody would bounce on mine with such fervor and energy as yours does. You bounced on it for 48 minutes. Most men could only be so lucky.
You made a thumbnail that insinuated comparison between child predator.
I'll never know why I find your Trump impressions so hilarious. I've just accepted that it's a part of me, you know.
Feud because you keep digging for something and I just don't get it.
No. This is about you misreading what I said and me pointing out that Lin understood it. You do this a lot. You are moving the—
You know what, Jar? I can't say that. That is definitely going to get me a TOS violation. I was going to say something super funny, but it would definitely get me a TOS violation. I'll say this. Okay, was it John Wick where they had Lawrence Fishburne, and he's like, "Somebody get this man a gun." It's like I saw a meme where it was like when there's like a mentally ill loner on Discord and the federal agents see that he's thinking about doing something with his life. I'm just saying Jar definitely fits the characteristic, but you know.
convo instead of admitting to being wrong.
I almost missed that Mally jump back into this tweet thread.
I'm done with this conversation, man.
The real problem with all this stuff with Jar is that people respected him as a person. when they should have treated him like a caged animal. I hate Jar, and it's such for a simple reason. There's like no like deep like through line on it. It starts and stops exactly where it starts and stops.
For a game of immature pot shots, I chimed in because I wanted to give advice to a friend.
I'm back, Jar. You're wrong. End of discussion.
You'd think this is Kingdom Hearts with all the nobodies fighting each other.
Yeah. Is this what happens when you're too into the anti-SJW rabbit hole? No, this is what happens when you're too into anti-SJW rabbit hole, but you lacked the reading comprehension to read a Fox News article, so you just decide to complain about cartoons.
Any implication that Spoctor is a pedo should be immediately struck down. Let's not pretend the implication is not obvious. It costs you nothing to change the text on a thumbnail. Stop being obtuse. You know better. Act like it.
Did you not see my last tweet asking people what I should change the text to? Wait. Oh god, do you think this thread was arguing about the thumbnail? I'm going to change the text, but the 5 people I showed it to never pointed it out, not even HP.
Man who's being one-shotted in an argument. Oh, I was never arguing that in the first place. It was actually about this the whole time. I didn't know. I thought I was just a misunderstanding.
This tweet thread really turned into something special. Clearly, there was a major breakdown.
Do you think if Jar was your son, you could raise him to perfection, or is he just the way he is? Because I low-key blame his parents. I mean, it's like two things. Like I don't know. Look, man. I went to fucking art school, bro, okay? I don't know whether or not nature or nurture is more responsible for the development of just a robot, okay? That's quite the lofty question that we're asking here. Me, myself, I would be very disappointed to find out that my child was just a robot. And I probably would, I don't know, you don't want to disown your child over being just a robot. I think the drug use would be a different conversation, though. I think that would be a different conversation. But yeah, a lot of it he did to himself. I mean, it's like you make a mistake and then you move on. So do you guys remember that friend I had that like crashed out on me? Here's a good reference, right? So, you know, we've been talking again since the wedding. And I keep everything pretty light, and I also don't share like my thoughts. Apparently Jar is the most normal one of his siblings. What are the other ones? Criminals? What the fuck? But yeah, I was talking to him, and he brought up how he doesn't get any again, and he's like talking about how, you know, he'd like sex. And in response to that, it was like, oh, I don't get any, but I don't think, well, his argument to me was like, women don't want sex all the time. They just don't think like men. And look, I'm not saying I'm a sex symbol. I am a sex symbol. Ladies, I'm waiting. But No, dude, that's women do want to have sex like all the fucking time. But I just didn't even have the conversation because it's just like, look, man, I can't talk to you about that stuff. I just can't. And it's like at a certain point, it's kind of just your fault. Like, why don't I get guy who's like, why don't I ever get pussy? The answer is you, bitch. The answer is always you. It's always been, the answer has always been you. It is not other people. It's always been you. That's Fauci, not you. Let's be real. I'm the OG commentary sex symbol. Fauci will not stand on my pedestal, damn it. Speaking of sex symbols, what up, Beckett?
Think the fault lies solely with Jar? You have to be kidding yourself. Then there's this whole thing Harley does with the whole friendship thing. And honestly, it comes off as manipulative as hell.
I'm sorry. How is it that everybody else is manipulative but not Jar? Is there no way that you could read those DMs or read those tweets from Jar and go, oh, it was just a misunderstanding on his part? No, dude. He is actually more malicious than that. Hey, husband. Hey, chat.
Here, he has his own issues.
Men do not realize how much women would fuck if the men weren't like that. I can't even begin to tell you, dude, how, like, not difficult it is. I can't, dude. 3 YouTube sex symbols in chat right now. Hey, baby, I'll send you some love soon. Take your shirt off. You know, for a brief moment there, Fauci, I was like, I'll do it. And then I decided not to.
I'll get into. But still, if Jar was really his friend, you would expect Harley to handle this privately, to take the criticism behind the scenes, or at least to clarify before taking it public, especially
KP struck me. I'm expecting more to roll in. I have 7 days to remove Lamau. That's crazy. I'm still waiting for mine, man. Either that or I haven't checked my fucking email, so.
Know about these, but no, he goes on publicly instead. Not that Jar's doing the greatest in this interaction either. Still, I was curious why Mally even released what I'm gonna call the totally not blackmail call due to
the totally not blackmail call.
Well, you're saying it's not a public thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's the point.
Unless there's like...
Okay, as long as it's not referred to as blackmail, I don't want to have a...
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
You see, for a while I thought that being released to Beckett to put on his channel was because of something Jar said in his responding with receipts. And given what I found in...
How is the call blackmail, though? That's a great question. That is a very good question. Who are these black males? And is it Professor Treadlock? If you don't have the context of knowing all of the characters involved in this situation, you would assume that I'm just on like some racist tirade. The bar is beyond super hell for straight women and Jar is below that. Dude, I sometimes like get in my feels. I'm like, oh man, I'm like a good maybe 6. And then I think, well, this Jar, never mind. I'm like a good solid 8. I mean, what don't I got? I shower. I can talk about things aside from Velma seasons 1 and 2. I own a store. That's actually probably like a super impressive one, actually.
Con encounter with just a robot is what led me to that approach.
Do you think that's what... Who is this in the image? Because it looks like Edwin's Generations. Oh, shit.
That out of the way, how did this whole damn thing become public? Essentially, it was kind of a game of telephone because when it happened, Jar himself had told Leo Convoy about what transpired at VidCon. And after that, from what I understand, Leo told Kumo, and then Kumo was going to bring it up publicly in interviews.
Because if Kalimara here is correct, Lio leaked what Jar told him.
Oh yeah, I like how he words that. Oh, Lio leaked what Jar told him, as if Jar is a bastion of keeping things confidential. Okay, that motherfucker's as leaky as a man with incontinence. Okay, Jesus.
His VidCon experience to Kumo, and somehow Jar using a variation off of Kumo's version and is responding with receipts definitely seems like the reason or justification for Callie's video. At least that's what I got from that whole thing.
Well,
Clearly,
I feel like
was
when you say Leo
overthinking
Convoy,
and
it sounds like you're talking about like a card, like a car, right? Oh, what do you drive? Oh, I drive a 2014 Leo Convoy.
looking in the wrong places, because it seems that Mally Malware just got pressured into it, unless she lied to Lin Lin in these DMs. What is even more ironic is how Lin Lin frames the possibility of Jar doing a video response to their video on him. The fact that Lin Lin was
Do you think
trying
this
to get a
guy
hold of
understands the
his
narrative
private,
weight of the
totally
game
not
Prey?
black-
Or do you think he grossly misunderstands it? Do you think he understands the unique literary comparisons that the game Prey makes? I haven't played the game. I have no fucking idea.
Mail call that wasn't to be released unless
Private information that has been discussed in private will remain private, and that things that are said will not be lies or intentionally misrepresented in order to make the other person look bad. Mally, agreed?
Agreed.
Jar, agreed?
No, I mean, yes, I'm joking.
Jar, be serious.
I wouldn't even call the call blackmail. It's just being used as ammo in the current day.
So like, okay, blackmail would mean that they need to like get something out of him, correct? Right? It's like I blackmail a guy so that way I can get like money or gifts or like allegiance, right? So like, what are they blackmailing out of Jar here? What do they get from holding anything over Jar's head? You actually get nothing but a headache from holding anything over Jar's head because he will talk to you and think you're friends. I want Vincent to review BioShock 1. Vincent's like, I think this Rapture thing is pretty good. They should give it another try. Why does everybody hate Andrew Ryan? I think he had some good ideas. It's not like that communist stuff where everybody works and some people don't work, but they get rewarded. Everybody in Rapture was working hard.
Why is Lin Lin calling possible response video by Jar blackmail?
And Jar took the situation as justification.
Hey, yo, Krista Nark. This is how you know Vincent is unemployed, because he's watching Chris at like some fucking 2 in the afternoon.
Lio Convoy reach out to me. Oh God, of course, Lio's involved again. And to get us to sit aside and have a discussion about our differences. And due to
if I ever ended up in a call with Vincent, I'd just scream into the microphone until he hangs up.
Begin that conversation by blackmailing me with a credible threat of him sending his
Isn't the creditable threat? Isn't the creditable threat if they didn't have a call? Hold on, it's one sentence. Isn't the creditable threat if they didn't have a call, Jar would make a video response to Lin Lin?
Audience after me. Okay, listen. Yes, Jar threatening you with blackmail is bad. Okay, I talked about it.
What makes this bad, Chris? Please do go on. I think Jar in and of himself is just a bad, you know?
Covering your video. Lin, just because Jar's a dick doesn't
Vincent,
mean that
call it right
everybody
now. Do you guys
criticizes
just
you as
want me to
transphobic.
scream?
You need to understand.
Does this mean Chris accept Lin Lin's premise that Jar's audience is transphobia? Does Bruno Mars is gay, dude? Does Bruno Mars is gay? I think he was trying to write credible. Yeah, but like, I'm also going to minor spelling mistake. I win. Minor spelling mistake. I win. Argument over. I get all the updudes. Give me the +1. I get all the Reddit karma. Not him. Does this mean Chris accept Linlin's premise that Jar's audience is transphobia? Okay, listen. Does is Jar audience transphobia? Perhaps. Me think Jar's audience is transphobia. I would bet $10 on that. But, you know, not like we'll ever find out. What are you gonna do?
That not every single person that says your voice changer is annoying, your videos are shit, your arguments are shit, yada 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 yada. That doesn't mean that it's just all transphobia. Okay,
Oh, he just goes on to talk about Linlin instead of explaining why it is bad instead of that. Okay,
voice changer is annoying.
This is Jar's audience transphobia. That is the question. These are the kind of questions that you get from a man like Vincent Martin, asking the good questions.
Let's just be honest here. There's better technology for better voice changers. Can we collectively as a fucking group stop saying that that's transphobic? It's bullshit.
Does she want to be taken anywhat seriously by anyone on YouTube?
This conversation was prompted by Jar sending Mally.
I mean, perhaps she does, but then I also made the joke about Linlin and, you know, and chat was like 100 gex, so there's that.
Ridiculous voice note where, amongst other things, he used the same credible threat of sending his audience after me again, which, to be fair, he did do that. I'm not taking that away from Linlin. Again, I don't know why you're scared of like one video that's gonna have like a couple mean comments for like a few days. Like you just power through it and don't give a shit, but fuck me, right?
What? Because when you do a video on someone on YouTube or any public platform, you should expect some sort of response in some sort of form to a video being made.
I don't even. Was that
who-
actually the point? What was the point Vincent is getting at? I don't think you're like arguing like a point that Chris wouldn't even disagree with you. It's like you ignored anything he just said. Is like, oh, what do you did you expect to place a video onto the internet without a response? This is a sign that the cabal is going after just a robot.
Platformed you and helped you along. Even if they didn't do that, there's a good chance that it could happen anyways. But it seems Linlin is trying to use the fact that they're underage and Jar's got a transphobic audience, which even...
Listen, man. You know, I'll hold it in. I'll hold it in. I gotta hold it in.
If true,
sometimes it don't be like that, but sometimes it do.
Behind the scenes, like Jar asked for, unless there's some particular reason.
Look, if I had a nickel for every time an anti-SJW channel was filled with transphobes and neo-Nazis, I would just be rich, okay? I would just be rich.
And why they don't want to have these private...
I love how these people think there's a cabal when you chuckle fucks can't even coordinate for a podcast.
calls with Leo Convoy sitting in on them. I can't understand why Linlin and Mally Malware would be reluctant to really resolve things privately. I can take a guess, but let me not do that here.
Let me finish. I don't like you, and that's it. It doesn't have anything to do with oranges. It doesn't have anything to do with Linlin. I don't know why you're making it like
I don't like you kind of base.
Sides situation.
Mally's kind of cooking.
There is no sides. I just don't like you. You said some out-of-pocket shit to me at VidCon. You made me very uncomfortable, and I don't want you in my spaces. That is not a situation. And the idea that you're running around behind the scenes being like, oh, Mally and the entire commentary community is trying to do something to me is fucking wild. I don't know why you're behaving that way.
We released like 5 episodes of the podcast. That's a solid effort. You know, I wanted to do like 100 before we at least fell apart, but I've just, in my defense, I'm busy and I was kind of doing like the lump sum of the work.
Okay, real quick.
Yes.
Funny that you started not liking me around the same time everyone else did. Kind of.
You fucking moronic idiot. I don't like you because of how you treated me and spoke to me. Funny how you started to dislike me at the same time as everybody else. Completely missing exactly everything that she said. She literally laid out exactly her problem with you and gave direct reference to exact incidences. And you couldn't even hold your shit together because all you think, Jar, is you think in YouTube idiot terms because you've never gone outside, because you're incapable of holding a regular job, because you're a moron, an idiot, and a loser. And the fact that that woman is with you in your life is insane, okay? The fact that Vincent is also an idiot and a loser and bouncing on it is crazy, okay? And that's how I know that Vincent does not operate in any meaningful way to the direction of society, okay? Because of the arguments he's making, it is ridiculous, okay? It is so easy to know why Mally does not fuck with you, but you are completely incapable of that. And that is probably one of the most amazingly infuriating things about you, is because you think you matter. You don't matter. It's just like KP, where she thinks every guy who fucking hates her wants to sleep with her. You actually, people just don't like you. It's that simple. You make people uncomfortable. Done.
No,
John. Stop.
Yes, Mally. It's absolutely no. Let me finish.
Let me finish. Unemployable wretch of society. You should be left in the dirt. That is you. Holy shit. Oh my God. I don't think I've listened to this. I'm actually very fucking infuriated. This guy is just the worst human being ever. He has done nothing but reaffirm every single bad feeling I have had about him.
Go on.
Sorry for raising my voice.
Go on.
Sorry for raising my voice. Fuck you. Fuck you. Kill yourself.
I apologize. Like when you send me messages like, hey Jar, just saw this and I want to ask you to just keep away from me and from me online and offline. I have any desire for public nonsense, especially petty nonsense like this. So I'd appreciate it if you could just be an adult and realize we simply don't get along. Now keep it moving. Like the entitlement, you're a public figure.
Okay.
And I just said something true about you, and then
No, you're going into a different topic because you started with, it's funny that you disliked me as soon as everyone else started disliking you. Jar, do you remember what that comment I just sent you was directly after?
After the whole Spoctor.
No, it was.
He can only process things related to YouTube drama, okay? You need to like frame every single interaction about every single thing that Jar deals with into being like some drama or arc, okay? If I put Jar in a room and asked him to describe his life, he would describe it in arcs, as if it was an anime, okay? And he's in his Dark Warrior arc now because he has to go back and do a new channel from scratch.
The VidCon, when you said some truly out-of-pocket shit about guns and Jar.
Oh my God, you're just gaslighting. You actually don't.
You're just gaslighting. Oh my God.
You made me uncomfortable.
I would gaslight the shit out of Jar. I would be like, Jar would be like, that sky is blue. I'd be like, no, it's green, you stupid shit. And I'd lock him in a room.
Comfortable. I made it clear I did not want to see you. That was it.
And I didn't come see you.
Ignoring the fact you were looking for me at VidCon, which was, again, deeply uncomfortable. The reason I don't like you, Jar, is because you say shit to me that makes me uncomfortable. I don't care about your relationship with Lynn. I don't care about your spats with Harley. I could give less of a fuck about your relationship with anyone else in this community. You made me uncomfortable, and I don't like you. It's that simple. Questions?
You uncomfortable? You started it. You came at me with my whole Spoctor thing, telling me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, Mally, I think we should meet up in my hotel room. It's not like I got a gun or anything. Wouldn't that be funny?
Me to change a fucking joke I made, and then suddenly You didn't want to see me at FakeCon.
Dude,
No one wanted to
it's
see me at
actually
FakeCon.
crazy how he's unable to see the events as separate, right? It's like, oh, Mally didn't want to hang out with me because of the thumbnail drama. It's not that Mally didn't want to hang out with me because I was like a really weird, pushy incel. Those two events can't be separate events. You know, you can do things that don't like directly interact with other things. My God.
Same time. And I just think this sounds plain. And I think you're making up the whole "you made me feel uncomfortable" thing because it's an easy out.
And I
don't
think you're
that's what
paranoid. What of it?
Just because he's paranoid doesn't mean he's wrong.
He actually is not only paranoid, he is also wrong. In fact, the majority of Jar's problems are because he's paranoid and wrong. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy for a lot of the things that Jar has dealt with, okay? The guy's got like a fucking Tower of Babel. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, all right?
Happening here is gaslighting. That's not to say she wasn't uncomfortable.
Vincent, I love Rape Martin over here, Jesus. Now I'm clip farming. I'm 100% clip farming. I said that with the intent for you to clip it out of context, Vincent, so you could be like performatively mad about it.
Spoke to her in the DMs, but how would he know that if she never told him? But the important question when looking at this drama in this particular way, is there any direct examples of Mally telling him how he talked to her made her feel uncomfortable, at least before VidCon? Now, it might have happened, but, you know, I would like some proof of that being the case with
He's such like a, he's such like a, he's so smug when he says that too.
Also notice how when she's accusing him of stalking her and he asks when, she just kept talking
What the
without
fuck?
answering.
What the
going on
fuck
and
is
on
this
and on.
gift?
She even admitted to him he's been harassed in the past, but brushed it off as not her problem. In a way
Oh
that
my
would
God.
obviously hurt him emotionally.
Hold on. So is Jar leaving the swimming pool? He's floating, he's swimming, and he's smelling it in the air. And then he's trapped in a children's TV box. What an insane gift. Holy shit. That is insane. Zoom in. I mean, aside from Jar having like a big nose here, what why his nose looks like a chicken breast? I have more.
If the robot,
You know, Jar gets more fan art after his cancellation than prior to his cancellation. I would say he's more famous now living in infamy than he was before.
man had any emotions, that is, which I think he might. If
That's a
this had
low res Falgi. I wouldn't have been able to tell. I thought it was Jack Black.
been a debate, not pressing her on the stalking claims would have been a mistake. But this wasn't a debate. It was a private call that she decided to leak to Beckett for him to turn it into content because people pressured her. This happened after.
Oh, you gotta
Jar
understand.
made
It
the
wasn't. It
biggest
wasn't.
mistake of his
It wasn't. It wasn't Mally who was creeped out. You know, it was these other guys going to Mally that were pressuring her. Okay, it wasn't Jar doing the pressuring. It was other people. Oh, so you understand what it means to pressure a woman? Interesting. That. Can we please pull up the messages where Mally's like, "Please don't fucking hang out with me at VidCon again"? Was Jar ever not infamous? Hasn't everyone hated him the whole time? Well, yes, but there was also like not a time where he like Emperor No closed himself worse than the Cine Bear stuff. So like for me, that moment was like gloves come off. I've been waiting for this kind of thing, right? But aside from that, he was always like just like an anti-SJW channel. So it's like people just don't fuck with that sometimes, right? And so people would make memes about it.
YouTube career, waited 6 months, and did a rather poor response video. And for all of you saying, Jar demanded this call and even blackmailed her into it. Why, that's an exaggeration. It's close enough to the truth that it needs to be addressed. So what is
Yeah, I
that-
know. The guy ran. I know. The guy ran because he's dumb. He's an idiot. He can't even get an artist for his fucking OC or whatever the fuck that is. He has to get AI to generate that garbage.
was that threat Jar was supposedly using to blackmail her with to release private info he had on her? You know, the same sort of thing that was done to him during the Cine Bear 03 drama. So far, all we know is maybe, perhaps, he would send
Holy
his
fuck,
grand-
dude. You like filibuster so much. I need you to be more concise and quicker with your speech. Okay? You're like spending a long time to get to your points, and it's going on so long that I don't understand what you're saying.
Phobic audience to harass Lin, a poor minor who chose to involve herself in YouTube drama. But what about Mally Malware? She definitely seemed to be poking the bear in small little ways via other graders, then acting like he only thinks
Other
that
graders? What the fuck are you talking about? You're losing me.
because he's paranoid or traumatized from being harassed. Doesn't this
Wah. Dude, I wish my fucking YouTube would stop lagging.
sound
Holy
like
shit.
gaslighting? For those who don't know, gaslighting is manipulating someone into questioning their perception of reality, and that's exactly what seems to be happening to Jar here. Seriously, I don't know how anyone can look at this particular
Oh my god. Guys, the definition of gaslighting is when you manipulate someone into not realizing that their reality is something else.
call and not acknowledged it, unless you think people like Jar should be gaslit. Just because
Well, you know, as I said earlier, I would put him in a little box and gaslight him about the most basic functions of reality.
get away with it and also get something out of it.
Funny goddamn stream of me and Beckett making hand over fist for his YouTube channel, laughing at Just a Robot.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
People should expect that in doing
I'm sorry. Do you think like they do it because like, dude, it's like you should only make this content if you're in it for the morals. It's like, okay, buddy, you can't really make drama and be like the most fucking amazingly nice person on the planet. I don't like. Is it really? Are you really gonna stand on that? Like, oh, these guys were doing it because they made a lot of money. Okay, and
content creation, Jar can be a bit dense and not pick up on things.
Mally, I can't believe you were literally gaslighting Jar. Did you know that he's neurodivergent and a minor? Not like a child. He was in the mines. He has brain damage from mining sulfur for years.
Tends to do it to be manipulative is what I hear. Still, whether or not her saying she might see him at VidCon to be polite.
No. She's not saying I might see you there. The way she's wording it is like we might run into each other, not we're gonna run into each other.
Or when she said it wasn't about the Harley drama to him in DM.
Hey, what are those messages? Can you show the messages that is like it's not like I got a gun or anything. Can you show those messages? Can you show those messages, or are we gonna avoid that?
Where it's clear he was desperate, at least for 5 minutes of her time. Or if it was for some other reason, because it was clear, at least to me, she didn't even want to do it.
I can't tell if is this fucker drunk.
Quick meetup with him at VidCon at all. Hence why I say there's at least something in there that wasn't true from Mally, or at the very least not communicated.
I literally don't know Mally at all. I really don't. She shows up in my chat sometimes. She seems nice. I was gonna say that she sounds nice. I'm not trying to flirt with you, I swear to God. But I don't know how you could like read any kind of event where a woman is talking to a man where Jar says those things and not instantly understand where Mally is coming from if you have the smallest iota of emotional intelligence. Okay? There is actually no way that you could read that any other way from Mally. And the fact that you have jumped through so many hoops for that is the most weird, suspicious shit ever. It just is.
It clearly enough to Jar until that totally not a blackmail call. Frankly, I think Jar was lying either to her or himself when he said to her,
I trust you.
Back to the call.
Okay, so then he's an idiot. I don't know what to tell you.
Between Mally and Jar, which is totally not blackmail, it was agreed that they could talk about it privately with their friends.
I fully know that Jar will share it with their friends. I fully intended to share it with my friends, just making that
No,
clear.
no, look, man, you do drama enough, you know everybody yaps with everybody, okay? Listen, I can't be mad at this guy. I think he's just a bit lost in the sauce. It happens sometimes. Is it even lost? I don't even know if I'd say it's like lost in a sauce. I mean, I said it earlier. I think he's actually like that disabled that he actually doesn't know. But like also on the same respects as somebody who interacts with so many people of different walks of life, I have like a limit on like the sympathy I can give for somebody for not understanding like the most basic level of like social interactions. I feel like, at least for men, like you pass the age of like 24, if you keep talking like Jar or Vincent, I would not, you make people feel uncomfortable. Like that's just it. Like if you pass, like, you know, if you leave your early 20s and you still got like hang-ups, like they got hang-ups, like it's over. Like dude.
Now,
which I believe Lio would qualify as for Jar, at least publicly at that time, despite him missing this call, which might be for the better given how much the dude likes to use previously private info on someone, you know, after he makes a rationalization or justification of that to release that agreed private info on someone, that is. Because what would Lion Man's...
Is he like running off of a script here? Because this is really long-winded.
Justification be to telling Kumo about this VidCon incident between Jar and Ponder. I'm sure he
shouldn't be doing drama contact and passing moral judgments unless he learns to socialize like a real person. Show some basic fucking respect. I mean that, but then also like it's kind of like, I don't know. I know a lot of drama guys are like younger, early 20s, or like they've never had sex, or like they've never been in a relationship. It's like, I don't know, the older you get, the more it's like you realize the complexities of relationships, and like a lot of the passing of a moral judgment is made with this like position of hindsight and safety, and it's a lot easier and simpler to give the judgment as a streamer rather than live the experience. And I think when you're younger, you don't understand that. But then also, yes, 100%, this guy definitely doesn't understand the basics of the of just moving around. Can I have hangups about approaching beautiful women past 25? I mean, you make enough money. You should be able to just talk to whoever.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not that much of a logger to dig through all the content to try to figure out that. Because knowing him, it could have been complete bullshit. Or was it just some sort of revenge for Jar making a video on pretty much the drama that went down with Peaches and him? I have to wonder if this is why Ponder got grace for keeping secrets about her interactions with Spoctor. Because she didn't do anything, she didn't cover it, she didn't betray the man. Because frankly, worse...
He's like turning into Donald Trump. Listen, he didn't cover it, she didn't betray the man. I'm just saying, me and him, we go way back, we're great friends. Never approach women. Let your pheromones do the talking. Pie, that's the most foul stuff ever. Have you guys seen that Twitter account? She's like a doctor, but she's like a doctor of smell, and she like talks about pheromones and stuff. But like she's like not weird about it. Like she's like talking about it like normal style.
Half the stuff
And for
I've
some
seen-
reason she's like a Twitter celebrity. But also there's no place where a man smells good in that kind of way. Like if a man has
you know, he didn't think she was a
scentables, pheromones is an issue.
The grooming thing is not intentional on her part. I think
I do think one of Beckett's chatters convinced him we're actually married now, and I can't help but feel a little bit bad for that. Well, I'm gonna continue that bit and double down on that. And Vincent, you do know that Beckett is sweeping in this because he's married to Mally Malware. I really don't understand why you haven't addressed that yet. It seems like you would have a very easy win if you addressed their marriage. What? No, she's an actual doctor, dude. It's like she interacts with the street with the fucking workwear guy that's like that beefed with the quartering a few months ago. Her name's like Dr. Allie Lucas or something.
that's the nutshell.
What, you want to sweep for your wife? I feel like the sign of a good marriage is whether or not you're gonna sweep for your wife when you think about it.
His crappy video
really makes you think.
I bring all this up.
You know how I win arguments is when I
Wow.
play shows from a Matt Groening TV show, you know? I win an argument that way. Me playing the Futurama clip helps me win. If we gaslight Vincent enough, we can actually convince him they're married. I believe in us. Guys, shh! We're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud.
Portraying it in her video. Not that I can assume she knew anything about all of this. After all, ignorance is bliss seems to be a theme in the ACC, despite all their talk about.
I've got very bad news for you, Vincent. I've got very bad news for you. You sweep for your husband, Beckett, as well. What can I say? What can I say? I'm a loyal husband.
Yeah, can't hold someone accountable for it, I guess is their logic. Not that they followed that, it seems.
Just a reminder.
Mally's response to Jar's thumb.
Why did guy who completely misses the point of Metal Gear Solid Revengeance?
Now, then Jar's request to VC sort of brought Harley into the convo, and later when Mally lent her voices to Lin's video on Jar, yeah, Jar might be dense, but it was clear that she was missing most of what was being said at this point. Or she didn't care.
What is love if not a willingness to sweep for our beloved? Is so beautiful of a way to write that. Like, all right, somebody give that chatter a Pulitzer Prize, dude.
People in Harley's DMs.
It was made public without our permission because we never wanted this to be public in the first place. And now it's being used by Jar, even though he was the one that told Leo about this in the first place.
Still, trying to frame it as Jar's fault, it got leaked, is mental gymnastics at its finest.
He would know. He's an Olympic gymnast.
Was Lio who told it to Kumo, a
guy who wasn't there, wasn't even involved in the situation, and never even confirmed with us about what happened before telling the story for us. Because then you get weird embellishments like that and it just muddies the water, and that is why I'm speaking out about this.
And I can agree with that last part. That was what Kumo did. The same Kumo that Lio told Jar talked to him about it after Kumo did this.
He wanted to meet up with like big art names like Streamline Workshop and Ponder Sprocket in like this art space, and he wasn't taking no from for an answer from them. And then he showed up at VidCon and like with a terrible fake accent and like spoke to them. They didn't know it was him, and then he like spoke in his real voice and walked away and scared the shit out of them. And he like manically laughed while walking away.
But maybe selective ignorance is required for creators who talk to members of the ACC. Many other sections and Callie's video come off as misplacing the blame on this being made public and forcing her to talk about it publicly, mostly on Jar. It's like, how dare he uses Kumo's version of events and not Ponder's? It's the sort of energy that I get from this.
Time I go to bed and I'm about to fall asleep, I just feel angry about sometimes things that have happened.
I know,
10 years
dude.
ago.
Kumo's like dead, and we're still on it, dude.
Sometimes I feel like revenge is the only thing that keeps me going.
Oh.
How do you know it feel? How does it know? Blah, 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 I can't speak. How does it feel knowing you will likely be one of the things that Jar remembers on his deathbed? Because he's self-admitted he literally can't let go of things and goes to sleep mad. Good. I hope I'm the last thing you think of while you're on your deathbed. Not of your family, but of some guy that you had a passing negative experience with on the internet. Because you're such a bitch.
Also, I want to clarify something else that Jar said in his video. Basically, Jar said that Ponder claimed he laughed maniacally after squeezing her hand, or at the very least he worded it in a way that, to a lot of people watching the video, including myself, made it seem like she was the one that spread this rumor. First of all, as one of the people that Ponder was waiting to meet up with when she had that encounter with Jar, I can verify that the story she told minutes after it happened and now is still the same.
Implying Jar will have a family. Well, he does have his girlfriend. Stranger things have happened. Which, by the way, guys, this should just go to tell you, it doesn't matter how weird, fucked up, or mentally ill you are, you can still bag someone, okay? You have zero excuse.
Her wanting to back up her friend's claims about just
Jar dies with the sound of Diesel's laugh and a Trump voice. I would love to do his eulogy, okay? Listen, he wasn't a great guy. He was a very complicated figure. We always didn't see along, but you know, I liked him. I liked what he had to say. You know that Jar guy. He used to say the acolyte. He said the acolyte was bad. And I said to him, "That's so funny. That's so fun. I like it. I thought he liked Star Wars. He doesn't like it." Does Jar's girlfriend have a large forehead? No reason. I just want to confirm a personal theory. Cute. I showed you the video. You and I both know she's got a big forehead. I'm just saying. You know, I've never seen Jar and Roger Ebert in the same place at the same time. Listen, Roger Ebert of our time, he wasn't accepted in his time. He'll be remembered after.
Burnt. There were no more lines of communication between Jar and our friend group. So imagine our surprise when Jar did show up again. Alone, might I add. Now, in his video, Jar claims that he wasn't purposely following us around, and overall, I think either Jar very poorly structured his defense, or he was purposely wording things in a manipulative way, because he essentially addresses the allegation like it's being levied at someone else, and with the way he words things, you'd think he was trying to construct the narrative that he wasn't there at all.
There was another allegation about me hunting them down at VidCon 2024. From the video evidence I have seen, the video footage just shows them running or hiding from someone who is allegedly me, but they don't show me in any of their video footage. There's not one single shred of evidence that I was looking for them. Sure, I was keeping...
You know, they said he was creeping on women, but they never saw him there. Where's the footage? I didn't see it. He never said that thing like I said about grabbing them by the pussy. You remember that? You remember when that was like a drama about the president, dude, about the grabbing by the pussy thing? And now we're sitting here being like, where's the Epstein files, fucking Mr. President pedophile defender?
Out for Ponder. If I saw her, I was just gonna say, "Hey, did you see Akumu's new video on you?" and then walk away. And that was about it.
Could you? If somebody came up to me and was like, "Did you see Blank's video on you?" I'd be like, "No. Why are you talking to me about that in real life? You fucking weirdo, dude."
Channels that would for sure make me look very creepy. But just for the sake of argument, let's take their word on it. Let's say I was hunting them down at VidCon and chasing after them. Then what was I going to do when I caught them? Shake their hand again? Sorry, but I'm going to keep going to VidCon. I'm not looking for you guys, and I hope you guys aren't looking for me. We can both enjoy it separately. As much as they say that I'm paranoid, I think they're really the paranoid ones.
Based off the evidence I've seen, Jar, you were there. Don't act like you're hearing about this from a second or third party.
Kelly doesn't actually prove any of this. Just
Kelly? Who the fuck is Kelly? Why are we using names now?
gives her viewers a trust me bro moment by showing someone locking eyes with someone else and claiming it was Jar. And maybe it was him. Maybe it did happen in 2024. But this whole theory about what Jar is probably trying to do in this video feels like such a fucking reach. Trying to argue Jar would deny he was even there?
Why
It's
wouldn't
one
Jar deny he was
example
there?
of
He would
many
sound like a
reasons I've
creepy
been
sex
calling
pest if he
several
said,
parts-
yes, this happened. Why would you ever admit to this? It would, listen, the guy said the thing about the fucking pool and he'd need to leave the pool. Okay? The guy said that. Of course he's gonna deny this. Why would he sit down? What? Why would he say, yeah, I was there and I was weird? Of course he would deny it. Motherfucker, if I was Jar, I would deny it. Like, come on.
So this video using mental gymnastics for justifying it. Now, I'm not going to
Well,
sit
at least
here
he's
and
an
say
expert in one
Jar
thing, and it's
wasn't
mental
stalking
gymnastics,
them at
Jesus.
VidCon 2023 or 2024 too, I guess. Because I don't know
Dude,
that.
he
But
talks like a
speaking
speak and
personally,
spell
if I
robot.
genuinely
Holy
believe
shit. The slowness with which his candor exists is ridiculous.
someone was stalking or harassing me at a public event like VidCon for 2 years straight, I would want to document that shit. Hell, even if I thought
Listen, if it really happened, why didn't they take out the camera and start filming? Listen, you dumb whores at VidCon, why didn't you do something about it? You should have shot him with a gun.
spark drama, I would probably go to the staff and report it as a safety concern. And maybe they did, but I find it hard to believe Jar would behave like this in public, given how paranoid he was about
I have
getting
ran into many strange people in my day. If you just assume that Jar wouldn't be incredibly strange in public, you are a gullible idiot. Because there are plenty of people who just don't follow social norms in public, and sometimes, yeah, they do need to be told off. Okay, that happens. Those people exist. You need to have those uncomfortable conversations, because otherwise, they become Jar. Jar was long overdue.
cancel. At least beyond the weird encounter, both he and Ponder remembered differently, which no one else in Ponder's girl power group actually witnessed.
Listen, it's about the girl power. He's just a white man living in Camilla's world, and he's mad about it.
At least according to Ponder.
And some of you might be thinking, oh, that's the funny part. The funny part was the experience. No, the funny part is the context around it. See, 5 minutes, maybe not even that, after this person walked away from us, the other people that we were hanging out with at VidCon came to meet up with us in that exact spot.
Just the Vince.
The people.
Hey, listen, man, I like JAV as much as the next guy, but do we need to make his acronym that?
Looking for. The funny thing is that if they hadn't introduced themselves to me, showing a person who otherwise wouldn't have—
Diesel, if you met both on the street without internet history, do you think Jar would be more insufferable than Yandere Dev? Can I double that and give it to the next guy? Oh, God. If you met both, who do you think would be more insufferable? I think they would. I think their inability to do things socially would be about the same. Actually, I think they have the same poison proc on them. Okay.
been able to
That
pick
is a
them out of the
cursed
crowd
question.
exactly
That's like,
what they
Diesel, would you like to be entrapped in a room with Westside Tyler, Scarlet Reaper, or Yandere Dev? I'll take gun.
like, and they just sat there for a couple extra minutes. They would have had the exact people who were trying to avoid them walk right up to them, none the wiser. I guess doing whatever purpose that served was more important, which is so funny that it ended up being the greatest part of the whole trip.
Another part of Ponder's VidCon video that I found interesting is this section here.
At that point, Mally took me aside and explained her situation. As it turns out, before the party, Mally had taken an edible and was having a bit of a bad reaction. And so, as the resident stoner, I switched into mom mode. We excused ourselves from the party, headed back to the B&B, and snuggled up to watch Gravity Falls for the rest of the evening.
I have to wonder if Mally shared the DMs she got from Just a Robot, why they were snuggled up. Assuming any of the stories from Ponder in this particular video are true, given how much has come out since then. Coverage from many people.
I can't believe the new content comp is just more iDubbbz, by the way. Well, you know, what can I say? I was right again. Never been wrong.
Such as Akumo and Toastify, at the very least puts Ponder's honesty in doubt. Now, I don't want to just rely on doubt.
Can't confirm we went to that Airbnb full of girls cuddling and talking about men we hate. Damn. I can't believe it. The incels were right. You guys really do that.
The credibility of those in the ACC and those around them, because as much as Mally Malware wants to claim it has nothing to do
Dude,
with
Mally, this guy's got a real big bone to pick with you, girl.
Harley, that would contradict.
I don't really know what the bone is, but he's got what he wants to pick.
Found in one of Harley's own videos.
Vaguely maternal feeling towards Harley. So it's going to take an actual like malicious act from him, them, that I can see and perceive before I would cut them off.
There's a lot of stuff Harley's done that we haven't talked about yet, such as, so you know what's going on with the Glitchtail stuff, right?
I mean, vaguely, a little bit.
You know that Crystal was a child that was groomed on in that server, right?
Yes. Yes.
When Harley approached Crystal, Harley essentially told Crystal that she wasn't, because it's only a 4-year age gap.
Okay. Again, I
And
Oh,
that they needed,
what the fuck?
They needed better evidence, other victims, because that's not.
They're talking about a completely separate grooming thing right here. There's always some groom something in here, bro. Fucking.
Not evidence of.
Okay.
We got too many dog
I would have
groomers.
to actually talk to Harley about, because unfortunately this is another issue that we had. Oh God, again, months ago.
I think Vincent should look inward and make another slur video.
Like the jar situation, all that type of stuff. Where sometimes you would tell. I think you said it first, where you told me that I was associating with people who supported Miz or something, and that freaked me out. And when I asked you who, you told me that you couldn't tell me. And then eventually, like a few months later, after the jar call, you told me you meant Harley. And again, I think you said that because you were like, oh, we'll talk about it when we have the call.
I like to think the same person that's playing the fake Tommy C account that's been in the chat is the same one that's playing all the other gimmick accounts in the chat. So they've been Batman and Robin and Red Hood and Nightwing and that fucking horse from Uma Musume and Big the Cat.
My distress when you have said someone in my midst is a secret defender, and again, I think you were referencing Spoctor in that. So you can imagine why I take with a grain of salt whenever you tell me that kind of thing, right? Which is probably also why I was a little hesitant on because at this point I can't trust when people just tell me these things anymore.
When did I tell you were affiliated with?
So you've watched Cameron's new content comp video? No, I didn't, because I don't care. I was just told that it existed and it wasn't really doing numbers. And it was also still about iDubbbz, a topic of which I also don't care about. So, you know, there's that.
'Cause I don't
do
even
you
recall ever
remember-
calling Spocter a
In fairness, I may not be remembering your words correctly, because that was when we talked about that call, and I was confused about Jar being paranoid about this group and whatnot, and you then explained to me it was Harley and Oranges, hence why I mentioned Oranges in this. It's all fucking connected.
You heard it yourself. She said it's all connected herself. But
Oh no, no, no! You're feeding this man's delusions. You've accidentally enabled this man's schizophrenic delusions. Oh no!
What do you mean by not playing the context that led to this previously privated call being released by Harley, at least with the consent of the two people involved?
In September of 2022, several of my staff members and personal friends were dragged into Senate and interrogated over a mistake that they made in spreading a false predator allegation both in private.
Dude, imagine playing a commentary or doing a commentary video, but then playing fucking The Last of Us as the background gameplay. Dude, you might as well have just played you walking down to the nearest Applebee's.
My Discord server, at the point where representatives of Senate, including Hopeless Peaches, brought them into
Sorry, I
court
made a
and
joke. I
started
should
to
have known
interrogate
better.
them in front of an audience of people. None of my staff members are public figures, and so I did not understand why they were made into a public spectacle for Senate. This was an issue with my server that should have been brought to my attention.
Dude,
and
Last of
I
Us
could
is
have removed
doing
those
fucking
members
a
from my
number on
staff
the
team
bit rate of
for
this
both
stream,
mishandling
man.
their power and putting my reputation at stake by making false allegations in my announcements channel. But because of the way this situation
See,
was
I'm
handled by
definitely right, because now there's a chatter called Machine Spirit, and they're mentioning how I noticed that there's always like a gimmick account in the chat. So that's definitely all the same guy.
it became so much worse. One of these members contacted me and told me that they were not left alone by Senate even after they expressed that they were neurodivergent, that the way they were treated in Senate led to them having a mental breakdown while on the call, and that said call put them at risk to their own safety in ways I will not divulge in this video. While I agree that these parties were out of line as I removed every single one of these people from my staff team following this mistake, it was a situation for me to handle, and instead it was taken into Senate's own hands and made so much worse. The main staff member that was interrogated was not even the staff member that posted the announcement, as they refused to join the call, and yet they were made an example out of in front of an audience of up to 100 people. I decided not to share this information publicly at the time it happened because I was concerned for the safety of the staff members
This is
involved
Rosa,
and
by the
felt
way,
that a public
Diesel.
discussion
Okay.
around it would make it worse for them. Though I've since received approval from this ex-staff member to include the story within this video, and at their request, because they are not a public figure, I have kept them anonymous. If Lio or anyone else representing Senate makes a response to this video in any capacity, I would like to ask that they remain unnamed, and I would like to ask that their call is not played. You are free to criticize me for anything I've said publicly, but to bring a non-public
These clips
figure
are
into
really
this
too
discussion
long.
when they have no platform to
I
defend
don't.
themselves,
It's
and
starting to
also
like
when they no longer
expand
represent me,
past the
would be
point of
reckless and
like
irresponsible.
what does this have
also
to
led
do
a
with
conversation
Jar?
with Peaches where I
I
refused
don't
to use the
really
Senate
feel
to
like I know what this has to do with Jar anymore because it's kind of just gone on and on and on and on and on. Like it just keeps going, dude.
Resolve a dispute because I felt the server was not conducive to a productive conversation. This and several other situations are what led to me and Peaches cutting
Harley
ties
sounds
with
like
each
a
other, and I
Canadian
haven't
South
been
Park
their friend for
character, or
over a year
Vincent
now.
does.
I was also made aware that immediately as soon as I cut ties with Peaches, they started to dig for dirt on me. Though it turned out when I was contacted by more people that behavior continued even while we were friends.
Chad is
While I'm not
literally
on good
falling
terms with
asleep,
Lio, and
Vincent.
I've since cut him off, he has also expressed the sentiment that his perspective on me was influenced by Peaches and the claims they made about me behind the scenes. And in this clip, you'll see how bad his perspective on me was. As with the consent of both Lio and Mally, I would like to publicize a conversation they had in private where Lio was trying to convince
Froggy.
Mally, one of my personal friends and someone I've met in real life on several occasions, to cut ties with me over claims that and I cannot be more clear about this if I try, are flagrantly and blatantly untrue.
I played the relevant parts that I could to both highlight the
Wanted to
attitude
cut
of
more.
the
You should have.
BCC, at least at that time, had about releasing previously privated calls. And this also very likely explains why Harley didn't want to VC with his friend, given that Jar was dumb enough or
Is this me being
enough to
mostly
be in bed
sarcastic?
with
Well, the thing is we don't know because of your speech impediment. I literally I literally don't remember a single thing from that Harley clip. It was like fucking white noise, dude. You played the brown note on your video.
Lio convoy to mediate him. You can take your pick of which he was trying to do in that thread. Frankly, I would go with
Who
dumb
gives a shit about the
over
thumbnail
malice.
bullshit,
But that's
dude?
just me.
Are you really
Funny
gonna stand
enough,
10
this
toes
seems
down
to
on such a
be
pointless
something
argument?
Harley
Who
fails to-
Omega Lol gives a shit about that? Okay, you're making it sound like that's the inciting incident for why Mally dislikes Jar, but you've almost repeatedly ignored Mally's actual point as well as the evidence associated with it. Okay.
mention to Turkey Tom when the Tom of the Turkey is looking over this matter.
Senate is a server owned by Lio Convoy, moderated by like some other YouTubers with like.
I'm sorry, this guy is watching all the streams, bro. I cannot even begin to tell you how jobless this is. I don't watch streamers. I don't even really watch drama content, by the way.
20k subs, 100k, that kind of range. And basically the way it functioned would be they would find someone they deem immoral, drag them into a call, have like a spectators group of like 80 plus people that could just kind of.
I'm sorry, I see a Tyler Oliveira thumbnail over there that says the Jew capital of the world. And honestly, you know, it tracks.
Just like on stream, like was this for content?
Sometimes they would turn into YouTube VODs, but it was mostly just for like the satisfaction of the people in the server.
Just for fun? They were just getting
If Jar was to stalk anyone, why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, like I know
if Jar was
used
it would
some clips in one of their videos.
probably
but I think
be
that's as far as it went. Like,
Turkey
it wasn't really
Tom.
a big like, thing for
Dude, the typing speed here is really slow.
It was just kind of a thing for like.
And
the way I explain
Jaden
it is, I think a lot of these people are just
animation.
kind of mentally.
Remember that this video is named after Beckett. Crazy that E-husband barely catching strays. I'm disappointed. I know, man. I know. Beckett's received very few strays in this video. The video's about him.
Done well, and they've gone through their own kind of trauma. Go after
Dude,
people they
leaving.
deem to be bad and
Okay.
vent whatever.
To be honest, I know this is like directly like hurting. This is a year-old VOD, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, I know, because Tom has been on a break from streaming for the past year. So I feel like, and I know this would hurt my engagement. Please comment on everything. I need you to do that. But I feel like commenting on like a stream VOD or a video at all. I don't comment on stuff anymore because it just ends up in the ether. And I don't care, you know. So I don't know why you people comment on videos, because I don't read them. I don't really know much people who read their comments. I don't read them.
They're upset about them.
Okay, gotcha.
Even when Tom brings up Jar, where Harley claims not to.
I feel like he deserves a lot of respect on that one.
That's true. I mean, he makes. I don't know what happened to Just a Robot. I used to make videos with him back in the day. We kind of had a like vague disagreement.
Bullshit. Seriously, this is plain dumb at best and a lie any other way you want to slice it.
I mean, I don't know. How much of a disagreement does it need to be to
anyone
pass from
should
vague disagreement to like outward argument, dude? We can't all be internet comment etiquette with Eric. Yeah, I feel like unless you have something banger, it's hard to like even produce, you know?
Yeah, but why would they care? Now I can understand why he might have.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. It's just, you know, it feels like commenting is just like a means for people to whine and whinge pointlessly. I went to watch a video because I figured out how to get security updates for Windows 10 past the expiration date. And they still will, by the way. You should totally look up that. And I was reading the comments on this video for like how to get security updates on Windows 10. And I look at the comments, and all the comments were like, well, it would just be better if everyone switched to Linux. It's like, all right, Mr. 4000 Reddit karma with your fucking Linux terminal. All right, maybe some of us don't want to type in everything that we do at our fucking computer, dude. Like, fuck you. I have to use creative, I have to use creative software that doesn't work on Linux. Okay, so how about you get off your high horse and go take yourself back to r/programming, please?
Hardly question why Tom thinks Jar's a genius.
Anyway, that's not me saying that the comment section should go away on YouTube, but that's just me saying the pointlessness with which the comment section has in 90% of circumstances. It's either like a reason for people to bitch and moan and talk about how superior they are, or just bitch and moan.
Okay, because I'm the only innocent party. Okay, I don't know any of these people, so they can't own me. And I'm gonna do a collab with Just a Robot, and we're gonna get them back. Me and Jar
Fucking Just a Robot.
He's the only one from that community, as far as I'm concerned, that's a genius.
Why does it sound like Tom has been pitch shifted up? He sounds like he's got chipmunk disease.
Give you the impression Just a Robot is a genius.
Well, that clip where he was like talking about Gumball, he was like, the joke is penis. I feel like that was pretty good.
Before doing his own little dumb act, pretending he wasn't avoiding Jar because he was still friendly with Peaches or Lio at the time.
Use
Probably
Linux,
had
some
his own
fucko who uses
suspicions of being
Ubuntu.
set up.
Dude, not only that, yeah, like I could understand and use Linux, right? I've used Linux before. I don't want to use Linux as my daily driver, dude. I just don't. But these guys are like, well, you would not have this problem if you were on Linux. It's like, okay, I know I wouldn't have this problem with Windows if I was on Linux, but you're not getting the whole of society to move on to Linux, okay?
In hindsight, that idea is very supported. Anyone who went through that and not thinking that it's a possibility, who knows what that says about their intelligence. Because that whole thing, especially that Twitter thread, was beyond dumb. It reminds me of that same sort of behavior we saw when Spoctor admitted to things to Peaches in DMs and
Dude, this guy has such a way of talking that makes him sound so dysfunctional. Okay, it is actually astounding with which the ability he butchers the English language. Okay, it is killing me.
I'm sorry, that new shooter game throws me off every time I see gameplay of it because it uses the exact Overwatch font.
Yeah, no one would care. And frankly, he was half right.
The thing Peaches told me was that she gave Spoctor proof for his video on her drama, but he almost used none of it. If you've seen my first video on Spoctor, then you would know
Why is it playing the stereotypical Asian music in the background?
unfair he was to her when he knew that the drama around her was 99% made up bullshit. So why didn't I go over this? Well, it was because
Oh, this is
she
Breath of the
didn't have
Wild
proof at the
music.
time. Her
Took me a second.
old Discord where she talked to him was gone. The only one with the proof was Spoctor
Me too,
himself,
Big the
along with a
Cat.
few screenshots from one of Harley's videos that unfortunately was not sufficient enough evidence.
Spoctor is a content creator who covered this situation, and the way he handled it genuinely angers me. In DMs with Peaches, he discusses how the evidence she provides.
Nah, he's kind of cooking though. That tweet thread was dumb. I should have just told Jar he's a genius. That's one video away from everyone's respect. I dropped the gaslight ball. Careful, Mally. If you give him compliments, he might misinterpret that too. You're playing a very, very dangerous game here.
Him completely changes the narrative, then continues to make his video where he says in DMs with her that his video misses the mark and doesn't defend her at all, where he says that he has to go after her for the sake of PR.
So, has any new evidence come to light that gives Mally's stalking claim about Jar, the ones from the Totally Not a Blackmail call, any more credibility? Well, not really, but frankly, nothing genuine.
Can we get around to the guy? Dude, Beckett has actually like been such a small part of this video, and it's been 40 minutes. God.
Aside from that video where Harley supposedly locks eyes with someone who might have been Jar, or could have been someone else entirely.
Whoa,
Some like Kala, Mara,
Listen, I know everybody was kung fu fighting is kind of problematic, but can we bring it back this Halloween season? Everybody was kung fu fighting. Do, 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 do. Oh wait, no, that is actually crazy that that's in that song. What the fuck? I didn't even realize that. And they were as fast as lightning. And even a little bit frightening. I don't know how I'm doing this. They were chopping it up and chopping it down. Hold on, I need to look up the lyrics. I'm very curious. Lyrics to everybody was kung fu fighting. I want a Mexican radio. Oh my god. There were funky Chinamen from funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up and chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody knew their part. Oh my god. Kung Fu Fighting or I Want to Be Ninja. I Want to Be Ninja definitely is higher on the tier. 100%. 100%. Oh, I actually guess it's worth clearing up. The blackmail joke Jar made was a reference to another ACC drama. No one ever called this called blackmail. Listen, Vincent's got blackmail on the brain, okay? I mean blackmail on the brain. Hold on. Let me bring up... Do you guys know I Want to Be Ninja? I Want to Be Ninja. Lyrics. I don't think we can bring back Kung Fu Fighting this October. Here's the chorus to I Want to Be Ninja. That's actually the name of the song. Is Ninja. Like Neenja, right? It says, I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop down, take chow down to Chinatown. Is this a recent song? 2016? 2016? I thought this was like 2003. You're telling me this came out in 2016? She has her own movie now? What movie? About her being a ninja? You don't have to do the accent along with the diesel. That is exactly how the song goes, I I swear to God. And yes, I am clip farming, but that is actually how the song goes. Are ninjas Japanese? That is actually... Yeah, I can't play the song, but she actually does that accent for the whole fucking song. Oh my god. Oh, Lamau, what am I hearing? I Want to Be Ninja by Jennifer Murphy. When did Hobson release his Chinese massage song? Hobson did a Chinese massage song? There's no way. There is no way. Listen, I can sing the song. I'm decrying it as a racist caricature of the Asian community. There we go. That's me casting the spell that lets me do what I just did. Wasn't she the owner of a Murphy bed store? Yeah. She says it at the beginning of the song. Hold on. I shut my Murphy bed, sat down to scratch my head. What could this day bring? It could be anything. I get a phone call. I gotta help them all. Go girl will save the day. Chow will not get away. It did not take long for me to find a ticking bomb. He took off in my Jeep. That Chow is such a creep. I gotta find a way to take down Chow one day. He pulled a ninja move. It's got me to behoove. So land acknowledgement. Yeah, only 2 of the 5 donators acknowledged the land today. That's I'm actually surprised less of you knew about this than I thought. I catch a flying tick with my chopstick. Girl. Girl. I drink from my sippy cup, you know I won't give up. That's kind of slay, actually. You guys, it's time. I traveled to the misty mountains of China. Misty mountains, Om. I meditate with the ancient Buddha of Asia. Gives me guidance. I hear the bells of ancient times. I meditate, levitate, elevate my soul. It's Happy Ending by Hobson. Hold on. One. Listen to Happy Ending. Happy Ending Hobson lyrics. Let me look at the lyrics. I'll get back to fucking Jar in a little bit, but I want this strange aside. Hobson would be the kind of guy to do this, though, not gonna lie. China, where they make the ninja. Yes. Hello, how you doing? I can give you good massage. I can be your everything. You give me $50. That's actually how this is written, by the way. I'm really resisting the urge to do the accent. Yeah, Diesel, we don't know the Chinese racism songs. We're uncultured. If you know say nothing, I give you sucky sucky. There was literally no way for me to say that. Not offensive. He's doing the love you long time accent. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I'm gonna to listen to the 3 delivery opening for a whole day to purge this garbage.
Oh shit. We're almost through, and then we can listen to a drunk Q&A with Kim Possible.
No, the dude
A
wouldn't
lot.
deny it. He was a creator. You guys exiled
Ugh.
him, and what? He was supposed to go out of his way so he didn't encounter you? So a group of ACC people...
Does anyone
got a
remember
former
the Siamese cat song from
now he's supposed to-
either Lady and the Tramp or 101 Dalmatians? Yeah.
Make sure he's not going to the same places, even though they have similar interests, obviously. And Harley might have wanted to make those claims right then and there, Turkey Tom there, but instead chose to play dumb. Probably because of the same values he went on about in the video that
They
Tom
removed it?
didn't have the attention span to actually engage with. It took an outsider like Beckett coming in with his whole...
You know, some of you guys haven't chatted the whole stream, but the second I start talking about racist Asian songs, you guys stop lurking, dude. Okay? You guys stop being lurkers the second I bring out the Asian racism. What does that say? What does that say?
Who cares about all these rules you idiots have? We're here to make content attitude for this narrative to really take off. Aided by commentary's growing pension to locale content, probably fueled by the LCU, started by Keemstar.
Oh my god, there's no way in hell this guy is caballing this. Okay, let me tell you why people do lolcow content. At least why guys like Chris or myself do it, right? Beckett doesn't really do it that much. Fauci does it occasionally. It makes good money and it's really easy content. Okay. Nobody is gonna have a fucking issue when you cover like I don't know, whatever the fuck, right? But it has nothing to do with the LCU. I don't really know what the fuck is going on in the LCU. I don't really associate with that. I don't think Chris does either, for that matter. Or Fauci. Nobody fucking cares about it. All right? Especially because like some of it's scripted. It's like they're trying to manufacture lolcowness out of Boogie and Wings. And then the other extended characters. I know there's other ones, but I don't fucking watch them. But the LCU has no bearing on that content. It's just really easy content to react to. It's non-problematic, so it's not going to cause shit. And it's just easy, and people like to watch me like freak out about it. And they donate for it. It just happens. That's just how it is. People just want to have somebody to watch videos with. And that's what the role of a streamer is, right? So like that's why we've gravitated towards it, because it's just really easy to make. It's why I do it. That's like full disclosure. That's just the reality of it. I know Chris would say the same thing. I know he'd be really open about it. But yeah, the idea is like, oh, we're doing it because of the LCU and Keemstar is like, you just want it to be something that it's not. I wish it was, because it would make it a lot funnier and a lot more interesting. But it really isn't. Like, yeah, like people in commentary were doing lolcow content before Keem. This guy's an idiot. What's the difference between milking a lolcow and manufacturing lolcow content? Manufacturing is like you're fabricating it. Milking it is like it comes naturally, you know? Oh, Diesel, are you interested in political grifting drama in the cartoon movie reviewer sphere? I have an infuriating video if you're interested. Chatter's like, I recommend something actually horrible. Actually, Diesel, I'm here to zoom in all the way on your nose and watch for deviations in your breathing patterns. You know, I wasn't going to mention it earlier, but I can't believe you'd be saying that with your fucking LinkedIn profile picture up there, bro. Or at least that's what it looks like. I see like a man in a suit, so I just assume that's you. And I probably do have a deviated septum. But that's... Sure, Midge, you're in the server. Fucking put it there.
But more aided indirectly by two other former Twitch pole dancers turned commentary community people, Judd Logic and Queeman. Not saying they were in on anything, just if it was something they could make content on, it was good enough for them. And this is the same guy who...
Was he like... He's like global... He's like global commentary conspiracying this thing. Like, I actually...
bragged to another leftist creator. He learned how to take down other YouTubers from an old Turkey Tom video.
Talk to you really about...
Oh my god! There's no way none of you told me that this was going to show up in here too. No fucking way. Oh my god.
Canceling and like career ending and why sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, and kind of, you know, in your experience covering this stuff, being a fan of it even before, you know, how does someone actually end their career, or how do you actually end somebody's career? Like, how much effect can you cause?
You know, it's really interesting. I was talking to Toastify about this earlier today.
You know, the thing is, hold on, does Vincent was kind of wording it like left, quote unquote leftist, big air quotes there. I don't know how much he is, but I don't even, we've lost the plot. We've lost the plot. Oh
shit.
But yeah, hey chat, hey Lois, remember when Westside Tyler spoke to Beckett? I read that backwards, but you know. But like the implication is that Tyler learned something off of us, as if it was like a concentrated effort or something. It wasn't.
Tom about 6 years ago of how to destroy a YouTuber.
And oh yeah, got paid by Brianna Wu to make his first video. And yeah, I'm being extremely
You don't understand. Commentary has been in the pocket of political dark money for years. All of these guys are actually working. They're working together to take down true radical centrism. You gotta understand, the world is not what it seems. Just the Robot is actually being attacked from all sides by players making tons of money. Dark money from politics. I like how we don't talk about Beckett for 40 minutes of this video.
Productive with this last little bit because the evidence for so many of these claims against Jar are so paper thin and frankly seem like a
People don't remember this is how commentary was supposed to be. It's been this long, Diesel. We've been in the EHD Phantom Zone for a year. Damn, you must be an awesome DM. What a range. I actually think my range has decreased a little bit. I've been struggling with my English accents for a little. I need to practice them. I'm too busy doing the Trump accent, and you guys are like, oh, Diesel, you have... Do the Trump accent, do the Trump accent. So then every time I try to sound British, I end up turning into an Australian. Which, you know... Vincent's the type of lawyer to make you change your plea mid-trial.
These Twitch poll rejects, that is beyond reductive. I know it's the court of opinion, but shouldn't the burden of proof be on the accuser? And Jar was dumb enough to think he could talk his way and apologize his way out of it. Sorry, Jar. I said it in my last video, and a lot of it came true. Jar's officially a lolcow after making so many responses, like I said he would become. But that doesn't matter.
If only he listened to me. Why won't Jar acknowledge my existence? Please, I just want some attention, sir.
To most of anyone. Because Beckett got this narrative in well enough before he sort of gotten outed by the commentary community, as I highlighted in the very beginning.
Outed. To be clear, I just want to say the commentary community is dead. You're either like a political Andy who's like vaguely involved with EHD, or you're like an ACC lolcow creator and you just like follow around a bunch of like derelict rejects. Okay. Like that's it. There is no fucking commentary community. All right. Nobody fucking talks to each other anymore. Everybody fucking hates each other. It like I've heard other streamers say that. I know Chud Logic has said that. There's no fucking community anymore. It's dead, guys. Okay? Vincent, you're fighting Ghost. Okay? It's dead.
Way up that pole now.
The saddest thing for me is I haven't made $1 off of my hatred for Jar. Oh my god, why would it stop? Let me pause. Let me pause. The saddest thing for me is I haven't made $1 off of my hatred for Jar. I just know covering Jar brought Beckett at least 5 of those fucking spaceships. Oh my god, new toxic doomed Yaoi to add to the Jar lore. Is it early Christmas? Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, dude, you're either a debate pervert or you follow around a bunch of like mentally ill societal dregs. Like, there is no commentary community anymore. It's gone. Yeah, the ACC is pretty close to collapsing too. I would not be surprised if you see, I mean, Fauci's already doing it, right? Where we'll cover like, I don't know, true crime or like normie shit, because it's just like fucking just, it's just better. It's just better. I'm sorry. It just is. I fuck with it more personally myself too, so I totally get it.
Just leeching off of various other people's perspective on the ACC, starting with Akumu. And each one of those people I mentioned, they found a way to piss off the greater commentary community for the most part, in different.
He's like treating it like it's like, I don't know. Like, I know Vincent was like a Tommy C viewer back in the day or something, but like, it doesn't work the way you think it does anymore, dude. You're either a smart fella or a farther smella.
And I'm sure they will.
They're all gooners and degens. I've got really bad news. Do you know what community we're in? Unfortunately, we're pretty bad.
Even Beckett, smart to focus on his ACC content, because the dude can get away with so much more BS in that space as long as...
It's not even like get away with more BS. There's just no like position you can take in EHD stuff that doesn't like beget billions and billions of drama grifting bullshit. Okay? It's not drama grifting, political grifting, excuse me. Use the correct nomenclature there, okay? Like, it's not even like, the complexity of the ACC is like outrageously vast, right? But the thing is that there is no commentary community anymore. That stuff, all the political content, that's never been commentary, okay? It's just not commentary, okay? That's like calling J-Stalk commentary. He's not. All right? That's like calling Straighterate or Darius commentary. They're not.
He starts doing things a little bit more smartly. Probably starting with losing the baggage of Lio Convoy. But for some reason, I doubt that's going to happen. Because
the funny part is Beckett's next video is on Woo and the wider Twitch poll BS. I'm going to say it now. Don't fucking tag me in.
long as you're going against someone who's hated enough, weird enough, or small enough, you ain't gonna get no flack.
Dude, this guy is like doing the argument about like, oh, well, if you're punching down, nothing bad is gonna happen to you. Fucking 2 subscriber Andy ass argument.
And no one's gonna go to bat for them. It seems very similar like with Smashed AT, claiming that it was really Alyssa McConte who was the one harassing him. Yes, the cringy, very unlikable Kotaku reporter with almost very few following back when Smash...
Dude, you're fucking, like, are you drunk? Why won't you support your husband, Diesel? He's already gotten more than enough support from me, okay? He needs to give me, like, a reach around or something. Sorry for the bad England, I mean English.
In Kotaku really started, she's the one harassing the guy who stood out.
Who even is the ACC anymore? It's like, I don't even think all the quote unquote commentary guys like Beckett, Falgi, Chris, myself. I mean, yeah, we're kind of just like skinwalking and then like reaping the fruits of the morons' labor in the ACC. Like there's just nothing left. But yeah, I guess there was a time when there was an ACC, but I guess these days it's like not really. It's all kind of dying out. Like, oh, I guess there's Psy getting mad about something. I don't know. I don't keep up with Psy. It's like, oh, that other guy farming for debates. Who cares? I can't even remember the other person's name.
Of the anti-DEI and anti-woke from the rest of the dipshits who latched onto Gamergate 2 by baiting a nobody who happened to be a Kotaku reporter into going Karen on them. And
yeah, the party's over. Everybody's gone home.
In that victimhood on her spurg out in the DMs of his wife.
Is Psy even ACC? She's kind of like shown up to like also... Listen, there's some fellas who have been late to the party. I mean, really late to the party. And they're really trying to catch up and, like, make waves. But, like, pool's closed, okay?
Yeah, but she is a Hassan simp, and she does still hold on to old, archaic SJW views such as P plus P equals racism. Why that's
you're gonna give me a stroke.
Smash and Grums are just like
you're gonna give me a stroke.
Reporters, no matter how true.
What does any of this have to do with Beckett?
Guilt by association is these bread and butters of these people, even when it's complete headcanon and bullshit that enables them to make false claims about people.
The
because
pool's closed
somehow
due to
they're too
AIDS.
hated
You know, that
or
really
too
works for the
small
ACC now that I think about it.
to really care about covering. I'm going to sign out now with a bit of Akumo talk with Bonder. Don't worry, you won't miss any of the visuals. I'll put the vague disagreement on the screen so you can judge them for yourself if you want.
It always resorts to that, or they also brought up so you think you're a good guy? Nope, didn't bring that up once. And that was brought up during the Nezzy call too.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's just,
dude, when Gamergate happened, it broke Vincent's brain, dude. Okay, you gotta understand that he was just a 25-year-old neurodivergent minor. Okay. And as a 25-year-old man, he realized that he would never get any women to lay with him. And it broke his brain when he realized women in games make him mad. Welcome back, Tommy C. Who was also previously just Big the Cat and also Drama Batman. God damn. Yeah. 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 That's wonderful, dude. That's wonderful. All right. Let's listen to KP answer drunk questions about My Little Pony. Why don't you like Digibrony? Is Digibrony also Digibro? Wait, let's just watch some old Kim Possible content. Hold on, Kim Possible a lot content. I really think we should. Let's see. 100 subscriber. My Little Pony content. Let's see when it became media literacy stuff, because we're like 10. Was Gamergate even as important as some of these people claiming to be? I don't know. I think as time has gone on, the relevancy of the event has become less and less important. But I don't know if that's because my politics have changed as an individual, right? Because I used to be racist, but then like a lot of that was also like kind of stoked by Gamergate existing, and now I'm like woke, so I'm sure Vincent will be very loving about that too if he ever climchips me. Yes, motherfucker, I'm woke. I'm woke and you're stupid and you're dumb and we should have socialized healthcare in the United States. Fuck you. Yeah, I gotta remember to call her KP. Let's see. Star Wars The Last Jedi versus your expectations. Let's see. Ooh, boy. That one's probably a big one. Do you want an interview of her getting absolutely roasted for not paying her artist? Yes. We'll pull up that one. Let's see. Analyzing is magic. I would ask Beckett to explain Gamergate to me, but then he actually might. Yeah. So, it's about ethics in games journalism or something, I think. Man, she was doing MLP content for a while. I think she just didn't get off that train for a long time. Let's see. Quick thoughts. Is exposure bad? Sure. How animation does death. Why Clone High is an underrated classic. Valley, don't listen to Diesel. I can't even begin to tell you how much I don't care about any of this content. Skips the copyrighted music.
DMZ! We're really important!
How could you? How could you do this to this beautiful man? You gonna stand for this? Well, no, said one brassy lady from the car.
This is that guy with the glasses coated, dude.
A certain young YouTuber assembled herself a team of overworked, underpaid artists to square the ledger. And for what it was, it did really rather well. At least it was. At the time of writing, this show's now gone. Possibly forever. And why? Oh, no! Yeah, remember all those overworked, underpaid people from 2 paragraphs ago? Yeah, well, that. And it seems some very angry chickens are coming.
Is this just a guy reading off her getting just absolutely roasted right now? What the fuck? Why?
Punch and boo. Where'd you going, honeydew? Well, have you deprivatized it?
No.
And why not?
Because
What is this, dude? This is like a nostalgia critic bit. What is this? Why would she put this up? Why would she put this up?
might be mean to me.
Oh, yeah? Good. Now reinstate the video.
Done.
Excellent. Now, quick.
Dude, I bet you these people love Doctor Who.
Confession. I was anonymous the entire time.
What? Is that true?
What is this? What is this?
Anthony?
Well, my little drama palmer. My bit of
This is, I actually, KJ, you've given me, this is really fucking infuriating. What the fuck is this?
bread, my little cupcake. Welcome to hell. Don't think I haven't been pinged.
Me calling my enemies a cuck cake, dude.
Very close attention to your shenanigans, honey bunch. And now at long last, you're all mine. And tonight, you will finally play my game. Hop 2 and you might just win a fabulous prize.
Huck 2? I don't know what's going on. I'm not gonna lie.
But for now, it's mine. And I know what scares you. The cold, soulless cider that bites back with every belch in the dark.
What is he supposed to be doing? Like a Transylvanian accent? Like he's doing the I want to suck your blood. I want to suck. Why does that sound like a Diesel voice? To be clear, I would do a better one, okay?
Hey, I'm
Oh
Evil
my
Doug,
God.
the evil version of the reviewer. I'm taking over the review crazy hijinks.
It is me, Doug Walker. I am doing your beat on my channel.
Tonight, you will answer your very worst. Wait for it. Hate mail!
You couldn't pay me to ever answer nothing but the most angry responses ever.
Are you ready?
Okay, that's some. This guy looks like the troll
For
face.
some agony!
Guess so.
Being a band kid must be crazy, dude. I am Melvin, brother of the Joker. I review it so you don't have to.
Now, the lucky one says, I hope KP recovers soon.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's get a real one. Captain Pixpalad comments. People
Why are you doing this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? This is actually insane. Why would you ever do this?
were angry at KP for basically not being that great of a boss and not giving credit.
Hey, world's worst boss, eh? You never gave credit?
Get a mug that says "World's Worst Boss."
Oh yeah.
Who is this white man?
Yeah. I think that's because I credited people in description because the outro wasn't couldn't fit everything, but then we modified the outro, so now it'll fit everything. But we credited like voice actors.
Dude, do you think this is a real question. Do you think she has themed bedding? Like, is her entire bedding like themed after My Little Pony / serious? I'm not joking. / serious. When is this video from?
Sometimes clips in the
Why is this the new format for YouTube? Holy shit. Not a fan of this. 8 years ago. This is 8 years ago. 2016.
in the description of the videos. And
Viewer beware! The war reviews are quite a scare.
Giving credit.
Oh, so it's everyone else's fault but yours.
Yeah, totally.
Have you fixed that now?
Yes, you saw that we fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for the sake of the video, yeah, we fixed it to have everyone's little.
This
even
is
the
just
thumbnail
great.
Artists or the title card artists to be credited.
This is unrelated to anything, but like, I really need a Latina to bounce on it, you know, just because you know we've been at this so long, man. I could just. It's just that, you know, you reach those dark depths and you realize that how much is it worth at the clip farm? You know, is it really worth it? When at the end of the day, you go to lay down and you have nobody to share your pumpkin spice latte with, you know? It's so much.
So we would go send them things and commission them and pay them for things.
Diesel, your filter's slipping. That's right, guys. That was also clip farming. Nothing I do is serious. Even now.
Oh, payment. Oh, what a novel idea. How come you haven't got a Patreon yet?
Because I debated having a Patreon forever and ever and ever, but I just don't want to. I just don't want it. I just don't want to pay.
I just don't want to pay people.
Don't want to make money, and I don't want to. It's just complicated, and I just don't want to do it.
I don't want to make money. Me, when I don't want to make money, never.
You can't handle money!
I can't handle money. It just. I'm afraid it's gonna overcomplicate things, basically, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, really?
Good
job.
Yet again, another millennial with a bad opinion of how finances work.
Good job.
You've done so well not complicating things.
She's allergic to the bag. Dude, I used to be allergic to the bag. You don't want to be allergic to the bag.
Nekosarajan says, I thought the KP drama was about how she treats people, to which Roll Diaz replies,
Interesting
"It's more
how
about
many things changed, but they stay the same.
how the people who quit didn't voice their complaints directly, and instead posted them on the internet for all to see, as if they wouldn't get any attention without doing so. So how about it? Could your staff get in contact with you at any time, or did they need to morph into an anonymous monster to get your attention?
All right. This guy's hairline
Yes,
is too
no,
receding to
like,
have
it's
such
my-
little on his walls. In fact, she's also too old to have nothing on her walls. I have more paintings on my walls than either of these two people. I have 2 framed pictures right here. I have 3 framed pictures over by my bed. And then I have 3 displays not sponsored over my shelf, where like my fucking hobby stuff is.
First started doing this, I delegated all the micromanaging of, deadlines and stuff. But as I kind of got bigger, I delegated that to other people. So for specific and technical questions that I
This
wouldn't
motherfucker's lips is it's fucking chapped 8 years ago, dude.
be able to answer, they went to like a group head to kind of have every question, like real life, technical, I don't know how to do this, all under one roof. So I didn't feel like I had to.
Yes,
stupid
one
and
of my
not be
framed
able-
paintings
not-
is a painting of Karlak naked laying in the grass. But it is tasteful. It's a tasteful nude, okay? It's a tasteful nude.
that, but
My walls are empty because I kept coming home drunk and running into them. I do believe you there. They could do with an accent wall, yeah.
Yeah, oh, we wouldn't want to look stupid in front of everyone now, would we?
Because answering technical questions that I don't know how to answer is really fun and embarrassing. But anyway, people can see through the leaked stuff that they all had contact information for their head departments, and if they had issues, then that's where they go. And especially like schedule changes, which happens a lot with people in school or work shift.
Oh, brother. Oh, yeah. See, it's not a goon wall because right next to it is I have a framed picture of Bard's Ballad coffee. So.
If changes, that's who.
Your child's slave labor.
That's how they were supposed to contact everyone, to kind of let us know about all that, so they could work out what. Fit.
Yeah, I've seen I think I've gone over the KP editor contract
with their schedule. And we've had a lot of people quit because they got like a full-time job all of a sudden or something, and that's okay. That happens.
So, you gave your creators a 3 strikes policy?
This guy moves like a Nostalgia Critic side character, dude. I don't know of another way to put it. It is almost uncanny how, on TikTok, when there's those remember back in the day when there was the TikToks where they'd be like, here's what Toy Chica moves like, and they'd be doing the robot stuff, and then it's like, here's what Bonnie looks like. Here's what Freddy Fazbear looks like. He's like that. It's like that. It's almost like he moves with like a certain purpose.
Strikes you're out of the team, but it's not as scary as it sounds. It's a lot of times people drop off the face of the earth and we have no way to contact them. So
imagine
someone gives you a task.
Imagine jerking off in this woman's bathroom. Hey, yeah.
Artists doing something, and they give you a deadline, and
I rolled a 2 on a
say,
D6
2 days
chat.
later, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot my deadline, or oh, something happened, then you would technically get a strike, but it's just to kind of regulate people to make sure they turn stuff in on time, because if not, then procrastination happens, and a lot of other issues happen, a lot of dead stuff happens. But that being said, if someone voices that they have an issue, then we work with them. It's just when they don't communicate anything at all, or they just disappear from the internet, then we don't know.
Then they get fired from their non-paying job, huh?
Then they get fired, or
Okay.
But they just it's
I'm getting notifications.
Don't think it makes you sound
but
like
I
you're
don't
the cool
know
kids, and if they don't play ball by
where.
your rules, then you're gonna shun them?
No, because it's like, say an editor needs an art asset and the artist is delaying it. Is that fair to the editor who's waiting for them and is getting their
The real question is, why are these guys working in a professional setting where they make $0? Oh God, she's like an energy vampire. Actually, no lie. Well, that was boring. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. Anyway. Oh, by the way, I still need to know what we should do for starting soon. Please, I want to know, and no, the answer can't be the VTuber gets his weenor out. But I'm going to bed. So good night, chat. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know about that, but we'll figure it out when we get there.